This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Tall podcast, but it's a little bit different. We're not just going to talk solely about the Eagles, even though I do believe they're going to take the East. Let me get that in there before the arguing starts, because we were already arguing backstage. You know, Cowboys fans, out of all the people arguing, it was mainly the Eagle and the Cowboy. For some reason, it's just how it starts. But go ahead and introduce yourselves for the people who don't know. We about to get this. Last year, we wanted to do this more often on different channels, you know. But, you know, so I was in my feelings early. The Giants were in their feelings the whole season. Washington up and down. Dallas was running away with it. But we're no matter good, bad,
ugly. That's why y'all didn't want to do it.
We're going to do this. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Because we was running away with it. It's like, no need to do the show.
I'll start. I'm the entertaining talking sports. I'm a Giants fan. Did this last year. Great group of guys. Always love doing NFC's podcast. I am not coming in nearly as confident as I was last year. I've definitely learned my lesson. It's year one of a rebuild, and we'll take it one step at a time. But always love talking NFC's football.
Yes, sir. I'll go. Cowboys fan talk. Boy, Mr. Rome. Appreciate these fellas for doing this with me. You know, I always have a good time doing this with y'all. And I know it's no love lost with the teams, but I really do appreciate y'all doing this with us, because it's always a good time. It's real football talk in between the arguing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the real Ed Oliver, not the one from the Bills. You already know. I see the Commanders jokes in there already.
Finally got a name.
It's about time.
How do you feel about that name?
Think of the name. Is that the name you wanted?
I'm not a fan of it. It's a real bland name, but it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I just want to win a football game.
Exactly.
I still keep calling you Washington football team, and then I always correct myself. I just got so used to that. And now the Commanders is just like, it's so weird to say still. It's wild. But yeah, here we are. We all had most of us like our drafts. Just listening to Twitter, you know, Cowboy fans definitely talked themselves back into liking it on day one. I seen all the videos. I seen the mouths wide open.
I got a response for that, but I'm gonna let you go.
But real talk, all right, we'll start with you, Cowboys. Cowboy Nation, how do you feel about your draft?
Well, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, since the consensus on this panel, I'm a mind reader. So I know y'all think my draft was trash. So I'm going to go last because I'm the division winner.
I'll go first because I'm
going to step back. But I will tell you this, though.
I'll go first.
I will tell you this, though. I'm not a professional scout. So let me be when I go.
The first thing I'm going to say, Mr. Rome, you know who I know loved the Giants draft? Jerry Jones.
Hold on.
Because there was an article that came out where Jerry Jones showed his top 38 players in the draft. You know who on his big board?
He loved Jones.
Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal were his first and second ranked players for the Cowboys to draft in this year's draft. So the first round, the Giants ended up with both of them. I was beyond thrilled. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I thought you said you didn't like him. I was lost.
No. I thought Thibodeau was the best edge rusher in this year's draft class, personally. I know that there was a lot of, pieces that came out where people were questioning his character and drive and whatever else. But I thought the Giants got a steal at 5, and Evan Neal was an obvious need. We got who I felt was the best tackle in this year's class. So to end up with those two players at 5 and 7, you could certainly argue with Kwanu regardless. One of the top 2 tackles in this year's class, and one of the top 2, in my opinion, top 2 edge rushers in this year's class with our picks at 5 and 7. After that, I kind of have the same exact approach of what Mr. Rome does. When you look at what the Giants did after that, a lot of Giants fans on draft night kind of said, it's a little bit of a reach here. Todd McShay didn't have Wan'Dale Robinson going 43 overall. A little bit of a reach here. You know, they took the guard from North Carolina at 67 overall. Most people had him going in the 5th round. But like you said, I'm not a professional scout. I'm going to give Joe Shane, the new general manager, especially after the first round, they have a lot more intel than Todd McShay. They have a lot more intel than us fans that try to watch film on these prospects. They interview these guys. They have more in-depth film breakdown. So I'm going to give these guys an opportunity, to see how it plays out. And I think the main difference for the Giants this year in the draft, in terms of the difference in general managers, Shane seemed like he tried to find guys that fit what they were looking to do, that were scheme fits. Gettleman just kind of went off the big board, in my opinion, and he tried to take the best players available by the consensus.
All right. I ain't want. What happened?
I thought you were about to say something.
Now go ahead. Let me get this Giants chat out real quick. The Philadelphia Vultures stealing teams' players. Hey, listen, we decided to get some bona fide studs with some of our draft picks. We'll talk about that when it comes, but we ain't still no players this time.
I think he's talking about Bradbury.
Nakobi Dean was on. Oh yeah, Bradbury. I want him.
Which one of you guys are going to end up with James? You know he's going to sign with one of you.
We're the Commanders, man. Ron Rivera gets all Panthers.
It's between
I
ain't spending no money. James want money. We ain't spending no money.
Yeah.
The Commanders are definitely looking at him, definitely. But go ahead, talk about your draft, but don't talk about the addition of James Bradbury just yet, because it ain't happened yet.
Well, you want to go ahead, Ed? I'm gonna go last since I got the worst one.
Yeah. Y'all did get the worst one, but yeah, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
The Commanders. They can see how I did the Commanders. See, we're gonna get James Bradbury, but the biggest pick for us was really. It was kind of Sam Howell. I mean, it was the steal of the draft, 5th round quarterback, because he was a top 5 quarterback prospect going into the year.
Draft.
Yeah, going into the year. That's what a lot of people are saying. I don't want to hype it up, but Sam Howell, he was, and I'm not even lying, he was like my number 2. I had Kenny Pickett number 1, then I had Howell number 2, and then of course you got to think about the whole Carson Wentz element. So it's not a Jalen Hurts 2nd round pick right behind you. It's like. You got a guy in the 5th round, so you really shouldn't be looking over your shoulder and have that same Carson Wentz situation that happened in Philly.
Yeah.
So, but Sam Howell, that's a good pick in the 5th round. A lot of people had him rated high. Jahan Dotson, some people said that was a reach. He was surprised to be picked at 16. He didn't think he was going to be picked that high.
I forgot it. What did you guys get in that trade? You traded down initially, right?
Yeah, we got pick 16. We got pick 98. So we got a 3rd round pick. I forgot the other pick, but we got a 1st and a 3rd and another pick.
Were you one of the, because I heard you guys were connected to Chris Olave a lot. Were you on board of getting him if you stayed there at that early at 11?
Yeah, I was cool with Olave. I liked him. He was going to be a perfect number 2 for McLaurin, because that's what we need. We need a number 2 really bad. We don't need him to come in and be a number 1. A lot of people wanted Jameson Williams. A lot of people wanted Kyle Hamilton. We could have got one of those guys. Could have got Treylon Burks. There's a lot of people that we could have got. So Jahan Dotson, I like the pick. They said he has the best hands in the draft. He's real shifty. He's real smooth. He's a good slot wide receiver. Yeah, he's real small. He plays bigger than his size. He's got good hands. He's got hops. Thought that was a good pick. Phidarian Mathis, the tackle, the DT out of Alabama. You can say that's a reach. Everybody says that's a reach. You could have got him in the 3rd. I thought it was a solid pick. We got Deron Payne. He's got one foot out the door because they said they most likely won't extend him. He's on the trade block. They quietly have him on the trade block right now. Nobody has really, sent anything our way. If it's not a 3rd round pick, we probably won't do it because we're going to get a comp pick for him once he leaves in the offseason. You can't pay everybody on that D-line, so somebody's the odd man out. In the 3rd round, we got Brian Robinson, running back out of Alabama. That's going to push Gibson. Gibson had a lot of fumbles last year. He had 6 fumbles. He led all running backs in the league with fumbles. So, it's kind of like Friday Night Lights. When you keep fumbling the ball, his son, you keep hitting his hand. Can't keep fumbling the football, man. He got benched. He got benched in the Cowboys game. He got benched in the Panthers game. There's a couple games where he got benched. So, Brian Robinson, he's going to push him. 4th round, we got a guy named Percy Butler. He's more like a gunner, special teams guy. Ron Rivera said he's going to play a lot. 5th round is when we got Sam Howell. Then we got Cole Turner. We needed another tight end. 6th round, we got an offensive lineman, Chris Paul. 7th round, we got a corner. So I gave it like a B minus. We got a lot of seniors, a lot of high floor, low ceiling kind of guys. We got a lot of guys that can contribute right now. We didn't get any projects, we didn't take a lot of swings. We got a lot of safe picks. A lot of guys that were kind of projected to go like 3rd and 4th round. Like the guy we got in the 2nd was projected to go in the 3rd. The guy we got in the 3rd was projected to go in the 4th. Jahan was projected to go like 29th. So it was kind of it was stuff like that. So would I have taken Olave over those guys? It's a question mark. Would I have taken Kyle Hamilton over those guys? It's some we're going to look back on 2 years from now. We'll see. But I like Jahan Dotson. I thought it was a good pick.
Yeah, I saw him moving up like earlier in this whole draft process. I thought he was like a mid-second, but he was low key getting up to the end of the 1st round. I thought I was surprised though at that pick taking him because again, even Treylon Burks was still on the board. You were at 16, right? And Burks went at 18 via the Eagles pick to Tennessee to try to replace AJ Brown. But shout out to Jay Kills real quick. He said Washington, get my money sincerely, the NFL. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Real quick, my draft's quick. You know what I mean? We knocked it out of the park with Jordan Davis. Now, look, I'm not gonna lie. Draft day, when they had both Kyle Hamilton and Jordan Davis on the board, you know, I really wanted to fix his secondary. You know, I think that still needs to be fixed. A la James Bradbury would help us out a lot. With that being said, I can't. I'm not mad at all with Jordan Davis. I figured when we moved up, it was for Jordan Davis. I didn't think Kyle Hamilton would be on the board at that point, so I thought maybe there was a new element for the Eagles to think about. But Jordan Davis is what the Eagles represent. It start on both lines first. We went last year. We grabbed Landon Dickerson over secondary pieces. Asante Samuel, JOK was there. We went and grabbed Landon Dickerson. He's a monster of a guy on the left side. And then we go ahead and grab Jordan Davis to shore up the future of Fletch. And I think we are trending to a 3-4 with the additions of Hassan Reddick. Now you got Jordan Davis, is a monster of a man who can eat up the middle. Then we go in the second round and get Cam Jurgens. And I'm sitting here with a question mark on my face. Like, I don't really know about him. I can't really react at it live. But after doing my diligence, I like what he does. You know, if you're going to replace Kelsey, you did a really good job. Kelsey was in on the deal. First of all, I really can't ever discredit what my offensive line coach, Jeff Stoutland, does. The dude's a GOAT. He turned a rugby player into a top 10 left tackle. Now, he had something to do with it, with his size, his athleticism, but by no means you shouldn't be able to turn him into that good in that little bit of time. It was 2.5 years. We got guys like Nate Herbig in the 5th and 6th, and they're playing good minutes. Haloti Vaitai playing good minutes. Like, offensive linemen that leave the Eagles do work. And so getting Cam Jurgens with the blessings of Kelsey, Hall of Famer, and Stoutland, the GOAT, offensive line coach, I can't be mad at that. And then because we had 10 picks in this draft, we only end up drafting 4 people.
You traded 3 for Davis, and then I think you traded 2 or 3 for AJ Brown.
2. 2.
And I by the way, as far as I had him going to you guys forever, and then the rumors came out that Baltimore was going to take him, which is exactly why you guys traded up. But
yeah, Jordan Davis. Yeah,
you guys love your interior defensive lineman. I think he's a great fit for you guys. I was pissed when you got him. I think he's awesome, especially when he had his combine and his pro day. He shored up draft charts. I think he's going to be one of the elite defensive tackles in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of people talks about his pass rush and stuff like that. Like, Georgia didn't use these guys like that for a reason, because of their rotation. And why make him do something when you got Trevon Walker and Devontae Wyatt and Nakobi Dean, who, by the way, Ed, that's the real steal of the draft. That is the real steal of the draft. 83 overall, a guy who was marked to go inside the teens, definitely before the top 25. And here's my thing, because I was live through the whole first round. I mean, through the whole draft, to be honest. I said every team that kind of came on the board that I thought could use a linebacker, at 50-something when the Eagles didn't take Nakobi Dean, I was upset. At 60-something, when a team I thought could use a linebacker, I said, if they get him, it's a steal to draft at 66. It's a steal to draft at 71. It's a steal to draft at 78. It's a steal to draft at 82. It's not just because he's an Eagle. I was saying it to teams that I thought would take him, and we found ourselves Nakobi Dean. I like Kyron Johnson. We got him late. He's a edge rusher / linebacker. He was pushing around the Saints offensive lineman who went in the first round. What was his name?
Oh, Trevor Penning is trash.
Penning. Hey, I mean, first round pick, and my guy Kyron Johnson, sixth round guy.
We wanted him. I'm so glad we didn't get him, but I'll talk about it.
Yeah, and then we got the tight end Grant Calcaterra out of SMU. Really good film when he played for Oklahoma. Big guy. He's more like a wide receiver / tight end, but then with all the concussions and the injuries, he retired and came back. So we'll see where that translates. But the Eagles, then you get AJ Brown, who's probably best wide receiver in the East right now. You know, I mean, that's just best wide receiver. I'm gonna have to, listen, and I'm big on CeeDee Lamb still. I still am. I don't talk trash on him.
I was around,
but you didn't even mention McLaurin though. That's
no. Yeah, McLaurin's good too. But look.
He's in the
talk about He's in the discussion.
We'll get to it.
We're in the discussion. But with that being said, I think the Eagles crushed it. And listen, if you told me 10 picks were going to turn to 4, I would have said, how? But I'm excited. And listen, we got a guy like Carson Strong. We got some cornerbacks in undrafted free agency. That's what the Eagles always do. We always attack that. And sometimes we do get steals out of it. So I'm excited for the pick. And real quick before Dallas goes, shout out to Drill. He said Rome is a friend. He and the other cow turds wanted Davis and Dean. Now we got him, and They're trash. Stick with the 1-3 Dak in the playoffs in 7 years. So wait, Rome, wait. All right, wait.
Leave that up there for Drew. Go back.
All right, I'm gonna leave it up there. Go ahead. Answer that.
Not just saying, Drew ain't never heard me say that they was trash.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah.
So don't put words in my mouth because random Cowboys fan 95678 on Twitter says that there's trash. I got a YouTube channel. I speak very clearly. I never said they was trash. And we didn't want Dean, if you look at our board, because Jerry put it out there for everybody.
I know you guys didn't.
On it.
I think a lot of teams took Dean off their board because of the injury concerns. Whether or not that's factual or not, that's the obvious reason why he dropped to 83. Otherwise, he would have been a first-round pick.
I still would take Jordan Davis. I was the first
Jordan Davis
in the community. I made a Jordan Davis video in February, and the comments killed me. Like, why would you want him? Before he ran his stuff at the combine, and everybody lost their mind. I was on Jordan Davis way back in the day before anybody got on him.
Yeah, CFO was big on Dean. I didn't hear you guys. I heard Cowboy fans definitely talk trash on Dean, but not so much you guys.
On me.
Yeah. You're gonna have to take you right now. You repping Cowboy Nation. You got to take that green.
Said that, so you can't call me a fraud. That's pretty bad phraseology to put on me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Green Dream with a $35 super chat. Everybody is talking about AJ Brown, Devontae Miles, Dallas, and Kenny Gainwell. I feel like the person that will benefit the most from the AJ edition will be Quez Watkins. Quez against the number 3. That's going to be lovely. And listen, Quez in a Russian defense, real quick. In a Russian offense as the third option, although he was more productive than Reagor, he got less snaps because the Eagles were forcing Reagor on the field because of that first-round status. So as a third option in a Russian offense, 647 yards, sign me up for that. If as a 6th-round draft pick, again, another late steal for the Eagles and the independents that I like, Bellinger for my G-men.
Yeah, he was actually one of my favorite picks that the Giants made. I didn't go as in-depth with our later draft picks as you guys did. But, yeah, Bellinger was one of my favorite picks the Giants made. They got him in the 4th round out of San Diego State. He's the type of tight end I wanted the Giants to take. He's more of a blocker than a pass catcher, which is exactly what I wanted. I was sick of Evan Ingram, a guy that couldn't block at that position. And he's a guy that actually has pretty good athletic upside, too. He ran a 4.63. He's got really good hands, didn't drop a pass all of last season. So, to me, and somebody brought this up in my stream, I think it's a really good comparison. He is a younger version of what we hoped Kyle Rudolph was going to be for the Giants last year. And I think it'll be a good fit. I think he can help in the red zone. So I agree with you. That's one of my favorite picks the Giants made.
Yeah.
All right, pressure versus pipes. Let's get it. How you feel about that draft?
I'll prerequisite before I go. The Cowboys draft is religiously annually the last in the division. I just want y'all to know that.
From the grip,
last year when we picked Micah Parsons, our draft grade was horrible because no one knew what he was about to be. They were like, we don't need another linebacker. You got Jalen Smith and LVE, and we got trash nationally last year, and that's fine. This year's the same way. I look at our draft, we solidifying our strengths. That's all we was doing. So we went back into the draft. And the first person we took that had me stuck because I'm not a professional scout. If you look at the draft like an onion, these are 3rd and 4th layer players that you got to know. I don't know these players off bat. Once I get a hold of them and I get a chance to go look at them myself, then I can make my real decision. But I'm sorry, on draft night, I don't know every player. If I did, I wouldn't be on YouTube. I'd be working for somebody. So when Tyler Smith was announced, I was like, who? And if you watch my video, that's who I said, I don't know him. I'm not even going to call him trash yet. I don't know who he is. And I did it.
So what do you think about him now?
Now, after I got a chance to watch him, and if you go watch him before making jokes like all y'all been doing, you might kind of change your opinion on him because he's 6'6" and he's 330. And if you watch how he ball up people on every play, you realize the reason why we took him is because y'all took Jordan Davis. We weren't going to put Connor Williams in front of Jordan Davis. We needed to match strength with strength. So I was like, oh, that's a counter. Because everybody thought we was going after Zion Johnson and Kenny Green. But if you look at Tyler Smith's stature, he gives up 10 pounds.
I thought you might take Linderbaum.
Yeah.
But Linderbaum can't help us with Jordan Davis. As much as I love Linderbaum.
He's a little underweight. I know, yeah.
He's just way too underweight.
Yeah.
So you take Jordan Davis. And whatever side he shade to, if he want to go tangle with Zach Martin, good luck with that. I don't care how big you is. Go have fun.
He only got 2 more years in the league.
Oh, that's fine. You right off there. That's what we doing.
I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Cox is 20 years old. Okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
But anyway, so Tyler Smith, I like the pick now because of what he can be. Athletic-wise, he runs like a 4.8 40. Like he's an athletic freak, but he's a high ceiling with a low floor.
How do you feel about the penalty issue? How do you feel about that? Leading
He was playing tackle. If you watch the film breakdown on him, if you go watch, shout out to my brother Voch Lombardi, you watch his breakdown, he got a lot of those penalties playing tackle. But he's not going to be playing tackle for the Cowboys. We drafted him to play guard. And if you watch his tape, you'll watch him literally fold people up, literally. Like he's very, very physical and aggressive. He's diametrically opposed to what we had in Connor Williams, he was a catching lineman. He would just come off the ball and try to catch. Tyler Smith is a very aggressive person. And when I look at 6'6", 330, and then 6'6", 310, and Tyron Smith, that left side of the line looked crazy. That's 600 pounds of force coming at you. I'm telling you.
That's what we got over there with Mulata and Dickerson.
That's what I'm saying. So
Big
my
guys.
point is, I'm not mad at the pick because of just what they were. I see what they're attempting to do. We lost out. If say, for instance, you say we're going for Zion or Kenyon Green, you go with the third best guard. And if you really listen to people's breakdown, they said that he wasn't getting out of the first round because they said that the Titans wanted to trade up to take him because the Titans wanted him because their coach, he all about physicality. And that's what I started to notice with the Cowboys draft. Oh, we got bullied in the San Fran game. That's not a secret. Y'all saw it. So you start watching a trend with our draft. Like, oh, they wanted to just get more physical. They wanted dudes with actual on the field attitude and not just talking. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to Sam Williams would have been a first round edge rusher if he didn't have those allegations on his head.
There's always stuff that keeps people down.
Yeah. Sacks in the SEC. That's not you can't accidentally do that. I don't care who you playing.
I think Sam Williams is a good pick for you guys. And I think him with Parsons is pretty scary off the edge. I hated that pick as a Giants fan. I think it'll be good for you guys.
Now it's not a big name. That's a trend with our draft. It's like, who's that? It's funny. I'm like, all right. Because I actually went back and watched these dudes, and I'm like, oh, we getting players that people think is going to be trash. So Sam Williams, I'm glad you're familiar with him, entertainer, because I was like, wow, he might be decent.
Yeah, I think he's a good pick.
I definitely gave credit to that pick on my live when it happened. I didn't see it when it happened. Somebody said something, and then we discussed it as a panel.
I watched it versus Charles Cross. Straight domination. And Charles Cross is one of the better tackles in the draft. So that's my thing. If I could watch you do it versus top talent in the SEC, you got something. I'm not saying he's going to be better than Thibodeau or nothing. But I'm saying, though, that's at least a first-round talent. I think he's at least on par with what Jermaine Johnson is. At least.
I think at least I think he's a good player. I think you got a good player. I liked him. I think he's a good player.
Then we went to Jalen. Oh, my fault.
No, I was about to say, he's not bad. It's just another guy with character concerns. So he kind of
that's Dallas.
That's what we do.
Yeah, Kelvin Joseph.
Now, hopefully he ain't. That situation's crazy because somebody actually lost their life.
Yeah.
Hopefully that his concerns aren't like that. Joseph just be in the streets, and that's a whole other stream. But his allegations are serious too, because it's like sexual assault or something like that. I ain't trying to go deep into it, but they got dismissed. But once that's on you, it's on you. You can't really get that off you. He gonna have to just live with that. That's on him. But we went to Jalen Tolbert out of South Alabama, and I like that pick because he's more so like a veteran receiver coming out of college. He's a Senior Bowl guy. He has 3,000 yards in the last 2.5 years in college. He had 1,400 yards last year, and he has a lot of nuance to his game if you go watch some of the film on him. He knows how to upshift, downshift, and then out of routes. He has great ball skills. He's 6'3", 190. I was like, that's the perfect third receiver for us. Probably going to start the year at second because y'all know Michael Gallup ain't coming back. And don't let no Dallas fans lie to you. Michael Gallup ain't coming back till probably November. I know what they putting out there. I'm looking at how ACL healed, like really, unless he's Wolverine. I just don't feel like – I feel like you can rush him out there or you can let him heal properly. healing properly, I feel like it's first week in November. That's just me.
When did he have the injury last year?
I think it was like,
because usually it's a year recovery at least.
yeah, I think it was in November.
So
I think it was in November. I think not to be. That's why I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna tell you what. Once he comes back, he's not going to be as good either. It's going to take. I looked at Barkley last year; he was not the same player. It's going to take him another year, probably.
Well, that's my point.
Carson Wentz is still recovering from it. I mean,
yeah. Now some players,
It's all, yeah. I know y'all got the jokes on Carson.
I'm gonna let Ed. I'm not even. You got to defend Carson. That's a lot. That's why Ed went straight to Sam Howell.
I love hearing him defend it, right? Because it's like a double-edged stone. I'm
lukewarm on Carson. I'm not all in on Carson Wentz. I'm letting you know I'm not all in.
But here's what I'm gonna say, Ed.
I'm supporting him though, but I'm not all in.
Me personally, I don't get the bashing of Carson. I don't think Carson's great.
No,
but he's better than Taylor Heineke.
Fact. Yeah, I know, but it's like
you guys got an upgrade at the position, and
that's true.
The way I looked at what Washington did was they looked at this year's quarterback draft class and they said no way. Which is what every team did. And they said, let's get Carson Wentz. He can man the fort for a year, maybe two, until such time we could draft a quarterback. That's what he's there to do. But he's an upgrade over Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, you can't. I ain't trying to disrespect Heineke at all. I'm just saying, but you can't take Washington as lightly.
Yeah.
No.
Wentz can make throws. I'm not going to be stupid. He can throw.
Look, he's still up in his head with just being in the locker room and whatnot.
It's mostly in his head.
He was 27 and 7. What is he? 27 and 7, 20 something and 7.
Yeah, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks. Yeah,
he definitely had a decent year. It's just that in certain times when they needed him to be more of the old Wentz, he folded a little bit.
He didn't fold if he didn't lose that last game.
Well, yeah,
that and the Raiders game, he folded in the last 2 games of the year. But I mean, he's got a better wide receiver core. I'm not all in yet. I'm not sold because of some of the mental things. But I mean, is he upgrade over Heineke? Yeah, it's not saying much, but yeah, I'll take it for right now.
Yeah.
That's what I think you look at it as a stopgap, a 1 or 2 year guy until you get your quarterback.
You got Sam Howell. You got Sam Howell on the horizon.
Yeah, we'll see.
So Ed,
you the draft.
Still the draft.
And I know you like Sam Howell. I know, and it was a good value pick. A lot of people had Howell going in the second round, but you think you're comfortable with Howell being the quarterback of the future? I still think you're going for a quarterback next year if you finish in the top 10.
I think Sam is better than Daniel Jones, but I think Sam being the quarterback of the future
might be. He might be.
The Danny fumbles. I was making fun of Danny fumbles. It's just the Danny fumbles jokes are too easy. I had to take a jab. But Sam for the 5th round, that's a steal. Like whoever got Malik Willis went in the 3rd round. I think that's a good pick. All the even the Eagles getting Carson Strong as a UDFA, that's a steal too. Like he was supposed to be like a 4th round pick. All the quarterbacks went
in the 5th
later.
round. Worst case scenario, you're going to get a good backup.
Yeah. You get a good backup. You get a guy with a stronger arm than Taylor Heineke, a guy that has upside potential. If he doesn't work out, it's just a 5th round pick. So
Chase Daniels made a lot of money as a backup in the NFL. That man's been getting low key paid.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah, Colt McCoy, another guy. They made their careers.
Start off week, Strong might get some snaps.
Whoa. We gonna talk about that in a little bit. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
I'm just saying, I've been hearing rave reviews.
Nick Sirianni was impressed. I made a video about it, and then everybody's like, "Oh, here we." No, I said,
I get my reviews from y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all do the report, and I just listen.
But I told everybody keep their panties in a bunch, man. It's QB1 hurt. Stop playing. Real quick, let's get some of these super chats though, and then we're gonna pick 1, 2, 3, 4, and whose draft was better, and then we're gonna start talking about just some NFC East stuff. Philly fans in Florida said kids younger than Dallas to Super Bowl, and we got grandkids. Whew, long time coming. Shout out to Justo. He said wheelchair Wentz back in the division. How's your head spinning around that, Ed? Much love to you guys. How you feel? You just said up and down.
But Eagles fans, y'all love Wentz though. Y'all did love Wentz.
We did.
Walking to North Dakota.
He broke my heart. He broke my heart. That's why
let me ask you, going into are you more comfortable with Wentz this year, or are you more comfortable with Fitzpatrick last year? Because that was the guy.
That's a good question.
Because I would be more comfortable.
I need to hear this.
I'm more comfortable with Wentz. And I did. I was skeptical on Fitz because Fitz has been on 100 teams. Now this is Carson's 3rd team. Yeah. This is his last chance. Carson's more reliable than Fitz. Carson has actually led a team to the playoffs multiple times. Fitz never made it to the playoffs. And Fitz really is a backup. That's what he is. He's a stopgap backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because our defense. The reason why I was so high on Fitz because I thought our defense was going to be legit, but our defense flopped last year. But Wentz, if him and McLaurin can get a good chemistry, we get a good run game with Gibson. Let Wentz, run the ball. Don't let him do too much. He can stay healthy, air it out to Dotson. I think he should be fine. But I'm still skeptical on Wentz. I'm not a believer.
Let me ask you a question. Does McLaurin like hunting? Because that's the only way y'all gonna be able to bond.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I watch Hard Knocks and all that. Yeah, but they should get along. Terry's an easygoing guy.
There you go. Shout out to this. This is a good comment for everybody. He said, shout out to Y. He said NFC East, the only division where everybody got a Super Bowl ring. Speaking of it, just recently my wife had bought me this. You know what I mean? I just wanted to show it off real quick. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. You know what I mean?
13 Super Bowls between us.
There you go. Jay Kills with a $2 super chat. Tober is a nice receiver. There you go. Alabama. And then I think we are caught up on that. So let's grade them. I'll go last. Who wants to go first? We're gonna grade.
Go ahead, say F.
I guess I'll go first. And I'll be in terms of this year. I have the Giants finishing third or fourth in the division. I don't think we're gonna be great this year. But if you're asking me just to look at the draft, the Giants had an unfair advantage. If we're being fair, they had picks at 5 and 7. So I'm going to go with the Giants. Like, you better have the best draft in the division when you have 2 picks inside the top 7. So we ended up with what I feel are arguably the 2 best players in the draft. They definitely 2 of the top 5. So I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm going to go with Joe Shane. I think they had the best draft. I'll go with the Eagles too. I think they made good use out of their draft capital. They got A.J. Brown, which is going to help a young quarterback develop further. You hope if you're an Eagles fan with Hurts. If it doesn't, it could help the guy that you bring in to replace Hurts. You still have 2 young wide receivers there.
I love when he keeps saying that.
I really liked it. I didn't love what Washington did personally. The trade down, I thought they got pretty decent value. That's why I asked Ed what they got. I like Jahan Dotson. I had Jahan Dotson going to the Chiefs. I thought it was a bit of a reach. I thought they could have went with maybe a guy like Burks there personally. But I think Dallas, I think I'll go Dallas 3. I'll go Washington 4. Not to trash on your teams, but I think the Giants and Eagles are the clear 1 and 2.
Yeah, let me.
You said draft order, or was that your record prediction, or was it?
No. This is the draft.
Okay,
who won the draft? And as he said, when you're picking at 5 and 7, you got a long head start. You know what I mean? You should. Yeah, we're just listen. We got to give the Giants something to celebrate. Just kidding.
Now, I like the Giants draft, man. I liked. It's not even that. It's not about liking the players. You got to like. Sometimes it's drafting can be messaging to your team. And drafting those players was messaging to the team. Like they already got new belief, new. How like when y'all brought in Sirianni, it's new life to the team because everybody feels different. Like all right, out with the old, in with the new.
And I do like the. I gotta say, when we were in the coaching search, I was advocating for Brian DeBall, so I'm going to, until I see him go, I'm not going to throw shade because he's a Giant. I actually thought that was a mind that I actually have a video saying before Nick Sirianni, because Nick Sirianni was one of them names I didn't hear about him until he was our coach. So I had to go do my due diligence, but I did like him, so we'll see what he can do. I mean, he's working with Daniel Jones, though, but that's good.
I like the old lineman because y'all already got Charlie Packer y'all had?
Andrew Thomas on the list.
So Trenches, Mike Trenches is where you win stuff. You know what I'm saying? You build inside out. So I'm not mad at the draft, y'all. And also, we don't know. You can hate on Daniel Jones, but sometimes it's all about who coaching. So you got to kind of keep your eye on you guys for real. I'm more afraid of what you guys did than what Washington did. And it's not about the players of Washington. I'm just not the biggest believer in Rivera.
Yeah.
It's not even a hate. It's not a hate to Wentz.
Yeah, the offensive scheme. I agree. I could see why
feel like
the Giants.
But I said this last year. I always felt like Rivera's not what he's cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? Rivera might be what Dan Quinn is. I feel like Rivera probably is a better coordinator than a coach, but people keep pushing him to coach. If he just did defensive coordinator stuff, he'd probably be better served. But that's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like because Washington always they've had decent talent for a while. That defensive talent is pretty good. And I don't feel like Rivera's getting the most out of it, to be honest with you. So I know he's not the defensive coordinator. I'm just saying he's more so, your coach usually leans to one side of the ball. So that's why I would say that. Yeah. But I'll let Ed break it down. He better than me.
Yeah, because I'm not even arguing for Rivera. I'm not even clapping back at you because I think this is a make or break for Ron Rivera. I mean, this is his team. Because not only is he the coach, he's the GM. He's the guy. This is why we got all these players. He's the de facto GM. Like he hired both GMs. He's the one that came here first. Dan Snyder gave him all the power, all that. So he's the guy. He basically helped pick the name. Like, he has control over everything. It's a coach-centric culture. It is. This is
like
what
Dallas.
it is.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's a coach-centric culture. So yeah, I mean, Ron has had a losing record for the majority of the year. You can say Cam Newton carried him. You know, Cam had Ron on his back and everything, carried him to the Super Bowl. So I get all that. That some of that is true. You're looking at it right now. I think Ron is just an old man type of thing. But this year, he actually drafted 5 offensive players. He's actually building through a quarterback first. Carson Wentz, I don't know if he's the guy you want to build through, but
that's a guy. They're tied together for this one.
But y'all actually got good insurance. I don't know, but you said how's it still? I wasn't watching quarterbacks as in depth, so I can't really hate on them too much. But at least y'all got genuine insurance. So, like, say for instance, Carson get hurt, you don't gotta be like, well, here comes Heineke. At least you got someone else you can be like, well, if Carson do get hurt, I can still have hope, which is a big deal because if Dak went down again, I don't even think we got Cooper Rush and stuff under contract. So that's another.
So CFT, what is your thing for just the draft? 1, 2, 3, 4.
As far as draft wise, yeah. I will give you guys. I will put me third. I will give. Can I do a tie? Is that corny?
That's corny, right?
No, I feel like New York has been downplayed because of y'all trade.
Yeah, I mean, New York had a great draft too.
Here's my opinion between the Eagles and the Giants. I think for this year, the Eagles had the better draft. Yes, but if you're talking the next 4 or 5 years, I think the Giants did. I think
you're forgetting about the Saints. You know, part of that Saints deal too.
Solidified the 2 most important positions on a football team outside of quarterback. Now they've got 2 bookend tackles for the next 10 years. They better be. You took 2 guys inside the top 7, and you got an edge rusher that could completely change your defense for the next 5
years. And I like Azeez.
Azeez Ojulari from Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, I like y'all. You see, y'all getting y'all trenches together. I ain't even mad at that. But if you want to go let's go face value. You know, face value right now, you got to give it to the Eagles and yourself. I'm just saying y'all close. But I never said y'all didn't have a better draft than us. I'm just saying you guys would be making a grave mistake if you're ignoring who we took because of just name value. I would suggest, I ain't saying you got to do it and tell me about it, but if you're bored one night, go back and look through some of our draft picks and see how much great value we got all the way down to when we took Damon Clark, who had the same surgery that LVE had. And that's when you take somebody like that. He was a 2nd-round linebacker. He was on par. He had better stats than Dean last year. I'm being real. Is that true or is facts?
I was just coughing. I mean,
cool. I'm just saying, like, so to get him in the 5th round, it's the same thing like what Baltimore just did with David Ojabo. You took a red shirt. We just took him later. You know what I'm saying? But if he comes back and becomes the same player, all I need him to do is beat a Michael in the middle because I got Micah Parsons. I need him to be able to move around and do his things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how's that Parsons and Chase Young thing coming out with y'all? Y'all haven't argued about that too much.
Come on, man.
You got to see how that you never know what happens that sophomore year.
We're gonna have Giants gonna have a guy.
Team's game plan for you, so that's all I'm gonna say right now.
You can't game plan.
Micah had a good year.
Where's he lining up?
He's gonna be a linebacker. Y'all got Sam Williams.
Let me say one thing. Let me say one thing.
I got Dante Fowler. You got more DNs this year.
I'm begging you, Mr. Rome, to your fan base, and I don't know if you feel this way. As a Giants fan, as Giants fans, please calm down with the Lawrence Taylor.
It ain't even me. That's never been me. They 2 different players.
I'm not saying you, but I hear the national media. I hear Cowboys. Respect LT.
You know what it is? Nah. And you know what, though? LT's probably – that might be the best defender ever.
The best.
You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Unless you want to go, like, corner and say, I like Dion or something.
Yeah.
Like, Lawrence Taylor's – I'm old, so that – I know what he was. That was different. Like, way different. Micah Parsons ain't even that type of player.
Yeah.
They're way different. Like, Lawrence Taylor was like –
Micah Parsons was terrific. One of the greatest.
Intimidating, but Lawrence Taylor was, like, really genuinely scary. Like, it's a little different. So I got number of respect because that's the type of players I was raised on. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even, like –
yeah, LT changed the game.
Talking, some players is above trash talk. If someone come out their mouth and say, Lawrence Taylor overrated, I'll be like, nah, I can't respect your football acumen. So I wouldn't put – because he would have to – Micah got to do this for 10 years straight, and then we can have that conversation. But even he said it. That's why I respect him. he was asked about it, and he was like, "Listen, man," and I was laughing because he knew his exact sack total, and he did like the numbers, and he was like, "I'm like 100-something sacks to even being mentioned with him." So I like that he has humility. He was like, "Man, y'all don't put me in the sentence with him. I appreciate it, but even he knows." So if the man himself said, "I'm not on LT's level," it's put to bed if the man he said it. You know what I'm saying? I'll find the interview, but it was like cool.
Great. Don't get me wrong.
You know how your head can get big? I like him because he's still humble.
Yeah.
Micah's still kind of like a kid. He still be doing pranks on people. He's still super young.
Plus,
you know what I'm saying?
Ed said, watch out for that sophomore year. I mean, Ed knows Chase Young suffered through it.
Chase
Young did. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, he did. He had a bad sophomore year. 1.5 sacks.
Freshman year.
No, how do you have a bad freshman year when he led all rookies in sacks? He was defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, that was more off of overhyping rather than stats.
No, you gotta watch the games. You saw how he dominated the Niners game, the Panthers game, how he made it to the playoffs, sacked Jalen Hurts. He got your boy. You saw what he did.
How am I in this now?
Y'all made it to the playoffs because Mike and them gave y'all a pass.
Oh, the Eagles? Well, they were tanking. They did the smart thing.
They gave y'all a pass. In the middle of the game,
I don't like that word. I don't like that word. We can't use that on here. Tanking is
y'all gave him a pass.
Y'all was tanking.
We wanted to see how good Nate Sudfeld was. We believed in him a little bit.
Daniel Jones let us got his first playoff berth, but Mike and them did y'all a favor.
Nah, we didn't want a 6-10 team representing.
We would have got destroyed by Tom Brady.
What was y'all record again that year?
The Giants 10.
Washington
7-9.
Oh, Chase Young was dominating. Now y'all get the 7 wins. That was immaculate.
He was dominating. Yeah, that defense. Y'all 41-16. You saw what we did to y'all.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't got no hate for Chase Young, but at the end of the day, he's not. You got to give it up. Just like I gave it up to LT. He Chase Young is what y'all. I mean, Micah Parsons is what y'all thought Chase Young was gonna do.
No, you got to see more. They're still young. This is Micah's second year. Let's see what happens when teams game plan for him more. Like you said, if he doesn't come in humble, things can happen. I'll say this.
Chase, I ain't got to worry about that.
I'll say this. Yeah, Chase Young, I'm not going to say he wasn't humble, but, he was doing the commercials, which is fine. Get your money. He missed OTAs, which is not – it's not the end-all, be-all if he missed OTAs. But, he was talking about the sack record. He was talking about breaking records before the year started, all that.
That's my point.
So,
different people.
So we'll see. I think he got a wake-up call. I'll say that. He got a wake-up call. We'll see how he comes back from the ACL. It's a big year. Yeah, it's a big year.
Like when he double your sack total, gotta get a man some respect.
Yeah, 1.5 sacks is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. That's terrible. Especially for the generational word was used on Chase coming out. So he does have to. He's got to get at least. He's got to live. He's got to get at least 10. 7.5 is good, but 7.5 is not good enough.
That's to my credit. Like it's more so you got to earn it because Micah wasn't generational. Yeah. He earned that throughout the year. Even early in the year,
Micah had a great year.
Micah Parsons is great. And even after a while, most people just say, I got to give it up. I hate Cowboys. But even people that hate the Cowboys is like, all right, they got one player.
He changed their defense.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Quinn deserves some credit too.
He does.
Dan Quinn deserves all the credit because the biggest thing that, as a Cowboys fan watching it, the biggest thing that helped Micah Parsons out was they took the green dot off his helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was green dotting for the first 4 games.
They put him on the edge.
It was too much because he was too young. They gave a green dot to a safety, which is amazing, which the safety really showed up to where he could handle that because safeties don't usually, wear the green dot.
Yeah.
This year might be different, but at the time, that let Micah just run free. You know what I'm saying? And it really changed his season. So
plus, once he got comfortable and they used him at the edge, and once they realized he was a weapon, he just started coming into his own. And then Dan Quinn used him and unleashed him.
Get credit because I think if you go to the right team, they use him as just a
linebacker. He it would have been he wouldn't have opened this many eyes probably. He's talented though.
The biggest help is D-Law because sometimes you kind of accidentally trip into the you get genius and sometimes luck, and you gotta give it to Dan Quinn. Although he really did figure out how to use him, I don't think he would have did it if D-Law don't go down. If D-Law and Gregory standing up, he might have been a linebacker the whole year. We got lucky. It was like, wow, we really got a weapon here. But I felt like it was more accidental if I'm keeping it funky. I don't feel like they drew it up. D-Law went down and they had to.
I agree. I remember the Bucs game, the first game of the year, he was getting cooked in coverage against Brady.
He was getting spun around. Yeah.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah. He was doing a hokey pokey. But shout out to Bearded with the $2 super chat. Giants just traded a first-round pick to get out the division.
Oh,
That's
you
great.
know when you're gonna come
That's-
in here, you're gonna get some smoke.
Yeah.
Nah, man, we're happy the division we're in, man. We still got 4 Super Bowl rings. We've still won 2 out of the last 3 in the division. Since I've been alive, 1985, there's only been one team that's won more Super Bowls. That's the New England Patriots. So I'm still happy to be in the NFC. It's the most historical division, and we'll get it situated. Ain't gonna be this year, but you give us
Mike
a
got
couple more.
respect for you because Mike only counted the last 20 years. So y'all been doing good the last 20 years. So Mike got love for y'all.
I count the last 25 years.
You only
know
count
what
the
I
last
mean?
20 years. Don't
Last
lie.
25 years. Listen, shout out to Dio Gunner with the $5 super chat. What up, fellas? Give them the business, Ed. Eagles full-time Wildcat with Hurts at quarterback, Lamb the drop king, and now getting number 1 coverage. Giants just straight out stink. So he tried to throw it on all of us.
My God, door gunner.
Yeah, I mean, look, Washington
Lamb
again.
can't be the drop king. I got 3 other receivers that got more drops than him.
Yeah, you guys did have a lot of drops though, for
I know.
sure. Independent Outsider said, this is fun question for here. What will be each NFC East team's division win-loss record? I'd love to see Giants be 4-4.
You mean 3-3? They played 6
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to get to that real quick. Let's just see if there's any more real quick. I think there was one more or 2 more. The Philly A said, stand up, fellas, fly Eagles fly, flowers everywhere. Cowboys stink, Giants medium, sodas. Washington goes commando. Eagles have no excuse this year.
You guys get the medium sodas reference, right?
I know
Yeah.
it's about.
Yeah, that's how they treat y'all Giants fans.
Don
man.
Merriman, this team's won like 15 games in the last 4 years or whatever it's been. Yeah, let's give them medium sodas. They'll be happy.
Let's get
I don't know.
mediums.
I think
Mike couldn't
Merriman
even get a large.
should have did that.
So we kind of got stopped at CFT because he was trying to give a tie. Oh, he kind of said it goes Eagles 1. You said Giants 2, or did yeah? And then you said you 3rd, and Ed and the Washington football team
The
forward.
biggest pick that stands out to me is Dotson. Dotson's not a slouch. That's an excellent pick. But I can't. I only got time to dig in and whenever I got to peel back the layers on players, I'm only gonna do mine. So I ain't go in depth with Washington. He gonna have to do that for me. Hal, I'm familiar with, but I'm not that familiar with, and I know Dotson. So I feel like we got with our tight end, who's an upgrade to Schultz.
I thought Schultz was pretty good for you guys, no?
Schultz is pretty good, but this guy can actually block.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's sure-handed. He can block. Anybody coming out of Wisconsin, that's professional football players. They keep their head down. They bring their lunch pail to work. There's a lot of players we got, and that's usually not what we got. We usually get people that's – you know who you got? You guys drafted a Cowboy in Thibodeau.
I can see that. I could definitely see that. And you guys wanted him, by the way.
He'd have been good being a Cowboy. You'd have got too excited if he was a Cowboy. Because he like a marketing machine. So you know, that's usually what we get. We get the talker and the boisterous and everything. All the players we got are gonna keep their head down and go grind. I want some of that. I'm tired of the talking.
Yeah,
so I'm happy.
Yeah, but sometimes
I need a little more talking.
Yeah, but I need the talking. I don't want no people holding umbrellas over their head, bringing their mom to practice.
No, but I get his point.
The
the
good
Cowboys
guys
have
no
enough
more.
talking. The Cowboys have
I
enough
want the good guys no more. I want the bad guys. I want the
but
bad guys.
I got to point to Mike's draft though. I do, because when you guys, I've heard a lot of people excited about the rotation you guys are gonna have with Davis and
Fletch and Hargrave.
Right? And it's like, you know, strengthening the strength. And I remember, I'm not crazy, but I remember y'all telling me, why did you take CeeDee Lamb? Y'all already had receivers. So it's crazy how now all the Eagles fans, it's fine to take players.
It's still different.
No, players in the position. Because the irony was when we took CeeDee Lamb, he started. He was the 3rd receiver. Y'all took a guy that's not even going to start. And it's fine. But y'all was killing me. I remember. Y'all was killing the Cowboys. Why would y'all take Lamb? Y'all don't need Lamb. And I was like, oh, the Eagles is crazy. Because
Fletch is done in a year.
Davis.
Look, Fletch is done in a year via his contract, and Hargrave has an expiring contract. Who knows if we can find a deal with him? So at this point, I believe the Eagles are going to have a rotation where when you look at if it's a 70 snap game, you're going to see everybody in the 50s because Hargrave can play a little outside. And you listen, when you got them boys fresh in the 4th quarter and they coming at you, Davis, Fletch, Hargrave, it's going to be rough for some offensive lines.
What you going to do on the edge, though?
I mean, Brandon Graham's back. And we still got Josh Sweat, who had as many.
Brandon Graham coming back healthy? Because you was just telling me how Gallup wasn't going to be right.
He got hurt week 1.
But is he going to be the same to Entertainer's point? Because he old.
Older.
He old like me.
Well, let me just say
Graham,
this
what,
to you.
33?
Well, that's why you got
I
Milton.
forgot you guys. It's just somebody in the chat say Milton Williams. I forgot you guys. I liked him last year.
Yes, and he
Was
played
going
inside,
off the
outside.
edge?
He played
No, he's
outside.
an interior guy, but I liked him. I don't know how he's played for the Eagles, but I liked him.
No, he played. And he's smaller for an interior guy, and we used him outside. I think
Put him
both
over
his
there
sacks
in front of
came
Tyron
from the
Smith,
outside.
please. Put him on Tyron Smith. That's what's up.
Tyron Smith only gonna play 8 games, so as long as we don't play when he's healthy, we'll be all right.
You can't be out here wishing injury, Mike. You better than that.
I'm not wishing. I'm just. I'm not wishing. I'm just telling you. That's why you're starting to go back offensive line, because you realize your guys are getting older too.
But they're not though. We only got 2 older offensive linemen. Everybody else gone. Ty Smith, Zach Martin. That's it.
And they're your 2 best ones.
We don't gotta have a Brandon Brooks conversation anymore because he shut it down.
Yeah, and you'll be coming around that mountain soon. The thing is, you don't got the O-line goat like we do, so you're gonna have to find talent.
Y'all got one O-line goat in the middle.
Stop disrespecting Lane. Stop disrespecting
Lane might
Jordan
come
Mailata.
home.
Stop disrespecting.
Lane get, since we talking about, since we joking, Lane might get emotional and take 8 games off.
Nah, he
What
fine.
happened?
That brief woosah made him come back, and he ain't allow a sack the rest of the year. Talk about it.
Who he went against the rest of the year? I know all of us had weak schedules the rest of the year. Don't big up his versus the NFC.
I can't control who we play. The schedule. You know what I mean? Shout out to Green. He said Brady don't like the NFC East. I don't think any of us like Brady though either.
I'm
quick.
excited about this.
Giants beat the Eagles beat them.
He don't like 2. This is 2 teams that know how to beat Brady. Just let me let you know
about
about
that.
that.
Brady this year too.
Oh yeah, y'all did beat Brady this year. So low key, we be tearing them, and we've got Brady in the season too. I mean, there was years the Eagles stunt not that good, and we beat the Patriots. I mean, it took like an interception touchdown, a punt return touchdown, and a fumble touchdown. But it is what it is. You get lucky sometimes. D-Shift said, name 2 Eagles that better rush than Law and Micah. D-Law is better against the run. I haven't D-Law after that 1 year when y'all paid him $20 million. He's an average pass rusher. So let me just say, Josh Sweat had his first year being paid. He had almost what do you have? 8 sacks. Brandon Graham before the injury had 9 sacks
last year.
So 7 or 8. Maybe I just added 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like I was around.
You know what I mean?
Were y'all finishing sacks last year?
I mean, we were 31st.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about individual players though.
I know.
I got to give it to Micah. Micah's Micah for now, but I'm gonna ride with Ed. I got to see the sophomore year. You know what I mean?
Things happen. Is who y'all just brought in. I would be worried about. What's the guy's name from Carolina?
Hassan Reddick.
Reddick. But when he played the Cowboys,
23. Again, I got to see how he is in this system. But 23 and a half sacks last 2 years. I'm just saying.
Last year, shut him out.
That was.
He had 5 sacks against the Giants, Reddick, 2 years ago in 1 game.
There we go. Eat up.
Now you
twice.
You
now you're gonna play him. That's 10 sacks.
Now those sacks don't count though, because the Giants' offensive line was like a high school line, so they don't count.
No, shut him out, Mike. Terrence Steele.
Yeah, but
Lyle Collins wasn't even playing. You let our undrafted free agent shut you out.
Everybody has a bad game once in a while. He's, you know what I mean, stayed up late that night.
Okay.
It's all good. Real quick, shout out to Independent Outsider. He said Giants beat themselves at least once. So 4-4. Mr. 89 said Washington should have drafted better builders instead of players. Stadiums.
Yeah.
I can't defend that stadium. I can't do it.
I was in there almost first time last year. It's a little wild in there.
Yeah, almost took Jalen Hurts out.
That's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Listen, my man wrote a nice statement to your GM. We still didn't get no response. What's up with that?
If that would have landed on him,
that was y'all fans. That was y'all crazy fans leaning on the side though. But the stadium is trash.
Hold us up.
The stadium is trash. I'll give you that. The sewer coming down and all that. Yeah, the stadium's trash.
But yeah, shout out to him for saying. And the reason I didn't say Hassan Reddick is because he didn't play for us yet, and so changing teams does matter. But Hassan Reddick's going to be a problem. That's going to
I
be
think
our
I'm not
go-to guy.
downplaying him. Hassan Reddick is definitely a good pass rusher. I'm not going to just say.
But no, Micah still wins that. But he was talking like D-Law's a master pass rusher. I seen it in year one.
D-Law is going to do. I'll tell y'all the exact strategy was going to happen. On pass rush downs, D-Law kicks in the D tackle. This is what we did a lot last year when they came back and we was playing with Randy Gregory and D-Law, because D-Law can handle D tackle for some odd reason. He's super strong. I don't know what happened. he can kick in, and his pass rush win rate at D tackle is better right now than his pass rush win rate at defensive end. So what happens is when pass rushing downs happen, we're either going to let D-Law rush or he's going to kick down the D end. You're going to have Micah, D-Law, our other D tackle y'all know about, Oso Odigizua, and then you're going to have whoever emerges as the better one, whether it's Fowler or Sam Williams, because Armstrong is more of a special team player. He's more of a cleanup D. You know how you had that D end that don't really – he's not going to get no real snaps to me. So it's going to be Fowler or if Sam Williams has an amazing camp and they just like, he's ready. More than likely, it's probably going to start the year at Fowler, though, just off of the fact that he used to be with Dan Quinn. He's probably going to give him a nod and just let Sam Williams rotate in. If I had to, he got to have an amazing.
Right? I think that'll be the approach year one. I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
So Ed, real quick before we get into actual now talking about the season, what do you got for the drafts, ranking wise?
I think Giants. I think you guys had the best draft, not because of your picks, really, probably because you got AJ Brown. I would say Nakobi Dean too. That's a crazy steal. Not gonna lie.
Wait. Is it just a crazy steal, or is it a steal to draft?
It's not the steal because you get the value with the quarterback. It was a steal though. That's a legitimate steal. Nakobi Dean was supposed to go in the first. Like a lot of people had him in the first round. Him and Devin Lloyd was supposed to go in the first round. But yeah, that was a hell of a steal. And getting AJ Brown, that's an A+. That's an A+ trade. And you got proven talent. You got somebody that, I know you're happy. That's somebody that's going to come in and help the team immediately. Y'all needed a wide receiver number 2. You guys can't draft receivers, so the best way to do it is to trade for a receiver. You don't want another Jalen Reagor. You don't want another J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. So you had to trade and get one. The Giants, y'all should have drafted a quarterback. You declined the option
Not
on
this year.
Fumbles.
The quarterback class is horrible this year. No way should we draft the quarterback.
Any year. You got to take your chances. If you can get a Malik Willis, y'all probably should have got him, to be honest.
We'll wait a year.
Yeah, y'all could have took him. Wan'Dale Robinson, I kind of like it, but it's like you already have Kadarius Toney, so that was an iffy pick right there. Evan Neal.
Are y'all trading them?
Who, Toney? No, we ain't trading Toney.
Yeah,
okay. I heard the rumbles. I was like,
yeah, no, that was nonsense. Not happening.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like if you're
not now.
I feel like if you're gonna get a Wan'Dale, you might as well. What's the point of having two, Tonys? Like it's kind of like the same.
I'm gonna be honest. My initial draft reaction was that. It was when they first drafted him, because I actually did a little bit of research on Wan'Dale because the rumors came out about Kadarius Toney, and I saw everybody say this is the Kadarius Toney of this year's draft class. 5'8", shifty receiver, could use him in the backfield. So he does have similarities to Toney. I think he's going to.
But he's good though. He's good.
I think he's going to be used mainly in the slot. But what I'll say about it is, I think in the offense we're going to run, I think they could utilize both of those players. It's going to be like the Kansas City Chiefs offense with Kafka, with Dable. I think they're going to get creative. There's going to be a lot of pre-snap motion. But I'm in agreement with you on draft night. If they were going receiver, I would have preferred somebody else. But I don't dislike the pick as much as I initially did.
Yeah. So I think you guys dropped the ball with not getting a quarterback. With moving forward, Daniel Jones, I think you guys dropped the ball.
The way I look at it is, you're excited about Sam Howell. Like the way I look at it,
I'm not saying I'm excited, but it's a good pick.
I'm so excited.
What do you call him? Danny Fumbles? The way I look at it is if Danny Fumbles sucks this year, we're gonna be in a position to draft a quarterback. So if he's as bad as you think he's gonna be, the Giants are gonna be picking top 10 in a super rich quarterback draft class. And if he exceeds expectations, well, we'll roll with him another year.
I actually hope he exceeds expectations this 1 year. You missed out on the quarterback.
That's kind of what I'm looking for Jalen Hurts with you guys. I don't want you guys getting the quarterback next year either, personally.
But. That's what I got that from Mike when we move on. Well, I don't want to cut that off. My fault.
No, Dallas is the last one. I think we reached on a couple guys. Jahan, I like Jahan a lot, but you could argue it's a reach, but I think it's a good pick because the Packers wanted they wanted a wide receiver. The Chiefs wanted a receiver. There's a lot of teams that were going to get Jahan right after, so I think that's a good pick. I thought we got some guys that were surprised to be picked where they are. I didn't talk about Cole Turner, the tight end. I think that's a good pickup too. I forgot to talk about him.
Yeah, he's decent.
He's like 6'7". He's got good hands. He had 10 touchdowns in the red zone. He just has stuff that you can't teach. Dallas, I think you guys got talent like Tyler. I know, yeah, everybody said that was a reach too. You could have got Tyler Lindenbaum. I think he could have helped y'all out. Just the penalties thing is a concern because y'all led the league in penalties, so it's kind of like you got another guy that
we gonna deal with that. It ain't got nothing to do with the exact player. It's a lot to do with. Well, I got the star today. It's a lot to do with the star. Trust me. We've led the league in penalties for the last 10 years combined,
and that's why he was like home. That's why he was like home sweet home.
That's what we
do. So he fits right in. Then you get another guy, the pass rusher. He's talented, 12.5 sacks. That's nothing to snick your nose up at. But like I said, the character concerns. You get another guy with character concerns. Calvin Joseph last year. See where he's at. This guy could be totally different. That's a concern. Then you got Clark. Injury concerns too. So that's
a 5th round pick.
Yeah, it's a 5th round pick. So I'll give you that.
A lot of players to get them.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But once again, do you guys want somebody that can come in and immediately help you? But you might have some time to give you guys to let them, heal up.
If you can leave a draft with 2 day one starters, you fine. Jalen Tolbert will start, even if it's out of necessity because Michael Gallup is hurt, and Tyler Smith has to start because Connor Williams is a Dolphin. So trust me, we got 2 starters.
Yeah, but if you don't want them to start, does that still count?
I do want them to start. Why wouldn't
I mean, for now until they play.
You think I'm worried about Tyler Smith?
I think Tyler Smith, if he's not getting one play, you're gonna be like, dang, you see that pancake? Next play, you're gonna be like, well, he's taking back a touchdown. I'm just saying.
I'll do that.
I'm just saying.
I think more so the Eagles fans is gonna be it's 2 things you need to worry about with your draft. One, by the middle of the year, y'all gonna be hating on Jordan Davis because he's not gonna be accumulating the sacks like Fletcher Cox because they're 2 different players.
Stop the run, and I'm happy.
Yeah, but that's not what excites fans.
Is he wears down Jordan Davis? That's what a lot of people said. He wears down. He doesn't have the stamina. I don't know if that'll be the case in the NFL, but I did hear pre-draft.
My biggest question to you, Mike. Yeah. Last Eagles receiver that had 1,000 yards was Jeremy Maclin in 2014.
Really?
Correct.
I know.
That's what Carson Wentz had to deal with too.
I did my research, so I need to know: does AJ Brown get a G? Because y'all doing a lot of hooping and hollering, and if he don't get 1,000. I don't want to hear nothing else.
He will get 1,000. Mark.
Oh, so
Jalen
Hurts gonna be the golden quarterback that throw to make a receiver go for a G. And if he gets the G, what's Devontae Smith gonna get?
I'm actually gonna go.
You're not gonna going from 0 for the last 8-9 years, and then y'all gonna have 2 in 1 season. I don't want to hear it.
I'm gonna go with the under on AJ Brown for a G. But I could see him having like 900 yards and like 9 touchdowns. But I'm gonna go. The reason I'm gonna go the under is because I think you guys are going to have a similar offense to last year where you try to run the ball.
We're going to run less. We're going to run less.
Well, why would you run? But if that it was his effect.
Don't getting another entertainment. That's what we want. I want him to go out there and air it out. Throw it.
Again,
as a Giants fan, I want you to air it out. I think that's going
to air it out, please.
Y'all think y'all want us to air it out, but when we start airing out, you're going to be changing about. Let me just say this real quick. Look, at the end of the day, I think what Nick Sirianni did was I like how he changed his whole philosophy and started running the ball, right? But he went to the extremes on both sides. It went from not running at all. We ran the ball 3 times against Dallas, right? To now running the ball 38 times. Like he had no in between. And I understand that Hurts was playing better when we were throwing the ball 20 times. That was that large portion of the Lions, the Saints, blah, 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 only 20. But every game after that, he went up to 23 and 25, 27. In the Denver game, he went up. And I think that as he gets more comfortable, and I don't care what anybody says, watching him the whole year, and I know y'all watched him low-key too, we saw at the end of the season him stay in the pocket longer than what he's done. Did week 14 he run out once in a while? Yes. But I saw the sidestep. I saw throwing in the middle. He wasn't throwing to the left. No. He couldn't read defenses in the playoff game. He couldn't read. Yeah. Listen, again, it's a hiccup.
Defenses now.
I mean, get the book 101 defenses for dummies. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. Let me just say this though. Look. Again, Josh Allen's a different quarterback because he was taller and a gunslinger, right? Like you can't just get the quick twitch, the flick of the wrist to throw. But Josh Allen's problem was he had the arm. He needed to read defenses too. So again, you act like Jalen Hurts came into the league, right? With the mindset of this is who he's only going to be. At Oklahoma, he had CeeDee Lamb, which was more of a trusted go up and get it guy, right? And also he used his legs. In the NFL, he's going to have to peel back using his legs, but that's going to come with time, right? If you're used to, it's just going to come with time. This year's big for him, I think, in a sense that, and I'm not here to say that I swear to you he's going to take that step, but I would believe that a guy who puts in that much work, working with Tom House, he's working with Tom House, Tom Brady, like these things that he don't have to do. Look, the Eagles went out and made him comfortable, right? You get your best friend. They're Jalen Hurts is his daughter's godfather. Like, so you get a guy who's reliable, who's his friend, Devontae Smith. The offensive line is still getting better. He has the tools to succeed. And the Eagles got to find out if he's the guy because of things coming up. We have the draft pick next year. So for good or bad, we should stay balanced because our running game is dirty. We got maulers. But we will see more passing because you just got to know. But we're going to do stuff to win football games.
I wasn't trying to bash Hurts when I said that I could see Brown going under 1,000. I just think I think I could see Smith and Brown both being in that 800 to 900 yard range. Because if I was an Eagles fan, I wouldn't want to get away from that identity. I think that's what made you guys successful last year. Not to say I wouldn't want to see them air it out a bit more, but I think you got to stay committed to that ground game. And I think the fact that you add a weapon like Brown, it's only going to make the ground game even more effective.
Correct.
Now you got to respect him on the outside.
Where did Brown come from? A Russian offense with Derrick Henry. So he understands how to block. He's a bigger body. He knows how to do that. And we're going to get him involved. But this is my whole thing with one of them getting 1K, right? Let's not. Devontae could get it because, they added another game. He had 900 and something yards too. My whole thing is this. Early in the season, I was like, please run the dang ball. But there was times where I said, okay, I don't want to stop running it necessarily because it's working. If you're just beating up a team like we did the Lions and the Saints, don't stop. But there were games where the run was being forced. And I thought we had opportunities with play action. And let's be honest, as much as I give flowers to Nick Sirianni, this dude was having Jalen Hurts run the RPO at an alarming rate. It was more than Kyler Murray, more than Lamar Jackson. He was running at 90%, 87% of the time. When you saw him go to a traditional single back set under center, Hurts felt more comfortable. Play action wasn't used until the end of the season, but I saw growth. We went from not throwing to the left, not throwing to the middle, and not staying in the pocket, and all that was seen. We saw little pieces, but he has to build with anticipation. He doesn't got the Allen arm, the rocket. That throw to Devontae Smith in Tampa that was late and Devontae was mad. Here's the thing. If you're Mahomes, Allen or one of these guys, if you are off base running, you could still flick it there. What Jalen Hurts had to do is he was off base, so he had to gather a step. That 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds to gather, defenses are closing out. So he was late. He has to play with more anticipation because of I'm not saying the arm strength, but it's the fact that his delivery is longer and it's things that got to be corrected. But hey, Tom House, work with Breeze, work with Brady. My thing is this: I'm a betting man, and when a guy shows me the little bit of growth that I saw, I'm gonna slide my chips on Jalen Hurts' side for one more year. If y'all could do it with Daniel Jones, do not judge me.
No, I'm not judging you at all, man. I think the Eagles are doing the right thing. I think much like the Giants is they punted on. Well, Hurts, you guys made the playoffs, so you weren't taking well, you could have, but if it was a really good quarterback draft class, maybe you would have. But in this class, it made no sense whatsoever. So fill out the rest of your team, give your quarterback another year to progress. If he doesn't, that's when you put all your chips in the middle, go up and get your quarterback.
Well, Philly was trying to get Russell Wilson, though. They were trying to get Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah, they were trying to get everybody.
And I'm going to give the Eagles credit. And I hate doing it. And I think Howie's done a really good job the last 2 years, okay? And I hate Howie. I hate the Eagles. But one thing that the Eagles – you ripped the Saints off. You got a future first-round pick in next year's draft class. So if Hurts does not take that leap, the Saints aren't going to be a great team. You're going to have a top 13 pick with the Saints. And you're going to have your first round pick. You're going to be able to couple those and go up and get a quarterback. So if you need to. So I think you guys set it up the best of both worlds in terms of being able to situate yourself to get a quarterback next year if you need to. And also by getting A.J. Brown, helping your current quarterback. So I think
A.J. Brown, speaking of A.J. Brown and this whole who has the best receiver in the division thing, to Mike's point, since he's talking about how, this year 3, he putting in the work. He about to take the leap. I got a receiver that had 1,100 yards last year.
He's good. He's great.
He's putting in a lot of work. He about to take the next step because Amari Cooper's a Brown now. So to your point, Mike, if Jalen Hurts is about to take this humongous leap, why can't CeeDee Lamb?
No. Listen, here's the thing, though. I think CeeDee Lamb is a monster. I got to put him a little under AJ Brown, though, just because he'll be my reason why. Again, listen, CeeDee Lamb, again, Juju Smith-Schuster, the year he had AB on side.
Don't disrespect CeeDee Lamb.
Just listen to what I'm saying. Juju Smith-Schuster, Calvin Ridley, when they had Julio Jones and Antonio Brown on the side of them, they were different. I still think Calvin Ridley can get busy, but the little early part we saw of Calvin Ridley before he took his hiatus, it still wasn't the same of Calvin Ridley with Julio Jones, and same with Juju. So all I'm saying is, listen, do I believe? See, I saw that catch he did against
Hurts
Minnesota.
Can make a leap, and he can grow. But Lamb gonna stay the same because
no, I didn't say that.
Left?
I didn't say that. What I'm saying is Lamb is going to get number one focus, number one attention. And with your run game not being your run game it normally is, it's going to even more focal point is going to be on CeeDee Lamb. He's going to get everybody's CB1 and everybody's bracket coverage. That's what he's going to get now.
Run game than y'all last year.
Lie, we're number one.
You had a better running back than y'all last year.
Okay, but don't watch how you word it.
Well, y'all running game was good because of the dude that gets the ball every play. You take Jalen Hurts yards out, y'all running back room looked terrible.
And guess what?
He ran
Miles Sanders was hurt.
Is he a running back or a quarterback?
He's the guy who got to the playoffs in his first year, starting.
My quarterback did that too. I don't get no cookie.
Yeah, and again,
I'm not impressed. I've seen that movie.
That's true, but guess what? When you went to the thing, you had the leading rusher on your side. We didn't. Jalen Hurts was our rusher, as you said. So, hey, what works?
He a nice running back that can throw.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, we were supposed to win 5 games, doubled it. Almost.
I love it though because you taking this and you.
Let me just say this real quick.
Throw more.
Let's ask Ed and Entertainer.
I was gonna say the fact that McLaurin's not even in the conversation is very disrespectful right now, guys. Very disrespectful. But go ahead.
Well, but look, I'm actually going to agree with that. I think McLaurin is number one right now.
Okay.
In the division, I think McLaurin is number one right. But I do think CeeDee's upside is the highest of any receiver in the division.
He has the best asset a receiver can have.
I think I don't
in the division.
And I think Mike brought up some really good points in terms of now he's going to see number one coverage.
I got to see him with it.
I got to see him. Throw to himself.
But I do think CeeDee may have the most upside.
AJ throwing to himself.
If you listen, we gonna do it what fits the mold. Let me just ask you again though. Terry McLaurin has always faced number ones. CeeDee Lamb, although you could say it took away from him because he could get more volume now, but he has to deal with different coverage. That's all I'm saying. Do I think CeeDee Lamb is a dog? Do I think he's going to be good? Yes. I can't. I almost cried on the stream. I almost cried when y'all took him.
If you want to.
But let me just say this. But yeah, we do got to factor Scary Terry. And I think, again, with the quarter, and you got to credit what he was able to do with all the quarterback moving. Like, I do give credit to the wide receivers that do that.
Yeah, Garrett Gilbert.
James Bradbury against us week 2 or whatever it was.
That's great.
Yeah, I was about to say, ask Bradbury about
Carson Wentz plays. He ain't been better than Dak Prescott. He wasn't when he was here the first time. He not now.
Correct. But look,
like 2017 Carson Wentz, I'll give him his credit. And he beat Dak one-on-one. That game in 2019 when it was cold outside.
Did you just go back 5 years?
I'm talking about 2017 and 2019. Don't forget the game where Dak's shoulder was hurt, right? You don't remember that game? Where was the
Dak's shoulder still hurt? Is Dak's shoulder still hurt?
His shoulder was hurt.
It was now you're doing what Mike do with Jimmy Garoppolo. You talking about another man's work. He wasn't a Washington Commander then. He was
but he is now.
He is Mike now. What he gonna do for y'all? Because the last we seen Wentz, he got fired.
Not on his day off.
27.
He went on Indeed. He went on Indeed and saw a really bad job opening in Washington and got the job.
But the thing is, I will say this: Philly didn't treat Wentz right. Now Wentz didn't handle it right. He didn't handle it right. I'll say this, but you draft Jalen Reagor, you draft J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Did they set this man up right? No. He was throwing to Greg Ward, Boston Scott.
He got good receivers. He got decent receivers now. All I'm saying is this:
Gainer tied on that spin cycle. You try to spin it.
No, remember he was 5-6 in 2019. Then it was a game against y'all. Dak's shoulder was hurt, right? On a Sunday night football game, head to head. Who stepped up?
With grocery workers.
Who got his job?
Grocery workers.
Who still got his job?
Carson Wentz. He's QB1 here. He's QB1 here.
That ain't. Are you?
But
you serious with that? Say it with a straight face.
He's QB1 here. Look, the Eagles did them dirty. I will say that. Carson Wentz
did us dirty.
Talking about Sam Howell. Who starts the stream talking about they 5th round drafted quarterback?
I like Sam Howell. That's a good pick. That's a good pick, though. That's a good pick. I'm not 100% on Carson Wentz. I'm not 100% on Carson Wentz. I'm not.
Yeah, then don't talk to me.
But there's a potential because look how the Eagles treat him. You got McLaurin, you got Dotson, you got Curtis Samuel.
Carson Wentz is the best quarterback you guys have had since Kirk Cousins. I'll say
that's not a compliment.
Saying much, but that he is the best quarterback.
I don't think that's a compliment.
I didn't say it was a compliment. But he is the best since Kirk
Carson. He's
quarterback in the division. Go.
He's able to elevate people around him. Like
that's
I said,
quarterback in the division. You already know where I'm at. You might have had the worst draft of y'all, but you already know when we talk quarterback.
You can have that. I just still want to touch your point that you don't think that transition into the number 1 receiver is going to as much.
All I'm excited about is more targets. You think I'm worried about double teams?
You're not, but CD might.
I would love for them to leave our other receivers wide open.
Who?
All right. I can't wait. Okay.
Alabama's
I dealt with this last year.
Southern Alabama.
Real dismissive. Now, when we blow y'all out again, since we've done it 3 times in a row, I don't want no more excuses because you're running out of them.
You're not blowing us out this year.
We blew you out with Andy Dalton. We blew you out 2 times last year. What's your excuse?
Okay, so last year you were the better teams, but we ended up in the same situation.
The year before, we was a better team too.
And we ended up in the same situation almost then too.
The thing is, we blew you out without Dak. He was on the sideline.
So then maybe Dak's not that good then. If you can win with other teams, with other quarterbacks.
Well, Dak lost to Jimmy.
Dak ain't that good.
I'm just saying that loss to Jimmy G hurt.
Yeah, Mr. Rome, I know you're watching the playoff game.
No, I'm not gonna let you do that.
How does Dak not slide 8 yards earlier? How does he not claim
work?
What?
You went you're bigging up Brady because he beat y'all. You can't claim Jimmy. That's Jimmy G work. You a Niners fan? You an Eagles fan? Let's talk about
I was a Niners fan when they were playing you. I was a Niners fan when they were playing you.
The class and say, "Yo, my man passed the test. We both did good." Nah.
In a group project, yeah. I was on. I had a red shirt on that day. I had a red shirt on.
West. You in the East. And last time I checked, we swept y'all. So stop trying to talk over it.
But look. So you were the better football team, right? You had a better record and you beat us straight up. But at the end of the day, we ended the season the same way.
No. That's not how the NFC East work. I'm gonna stop. Yo, Eagles fans gonna stop doing this too. This is what y'all gonna stop doing. Y'all gonna stop doing this. Y'all do stuff like this. Y'all say Cowboys fans only worry about the division, right?
Pretty much,
right? And then I'll say
25 years.
And I'll log on to your stream and your man's stream and everybody else stream. And the first thing y'all talk about is we got the best roster in the division. We're gonna win the division, but we don't care about the division. We just gonna talk about it for 45 minutes.
No, because here's the thing though. You got it. Listen, you're right. You got to win the division first. But the thing is this:
division like we do. Stop trying to downplay it.
Correct. But here's the thing:
we sweep it. Give me my props.
Here's the thing: I'm going to say, when Washington wins the division, years in the past, when Giants win the division, years in the past, when the Eagles win the division, we do something with it. When y'all win the division, don't. You know,
y'all take pride in. I heard somebody
what
say,
do you do with it?
Pride in defending the division. If Jalen Hurts finally get a win, Jalen Hurts got to learn how to beat division rivals first.
We beat the Giants and we beat Washington. What's up, though?
But did you beat us?
That's the next step. That's the next step. Yo, but look, but listen. The last time in the last 10 years, right? Last 20 years.
Frames. I know you got to pull it out. Bring
25 years. All I'm saying is,
you want to go
finish your food. The division. You listen after you. So do you get full from the division? I don't get full. I'm still hungry.
You're not.
No, I get full from being able to look you in the eye and say we own y'all until further notice.
That's true.
That was a skimpy meal. That was a skimpy meal.
That
was the kids' meal.
You know what?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mr. Rome. You guys deserve the flowers. You guys have been you and the Eagles have been the better teams in this division for a really long time on a consistent basis. I'll tell you that right now. But the fact of the matter is, he's absolutely right. When you get your opportunity, you don't cash in. Eli Manning won more playoff games in 2007 than your team has won since their last Super Bowl.
But my point is, the only reason he's going to that is because he can't talk about the present.
And the only reason
you're a better team than the Giants.
Don't skip back. I know you don't want to talk about last year because it hurt. You ain't like watching
we made the playoffs.
Yo, you almost haven't beat us since the pandemic started.
All right, so let me ask the panel this.
Yo, the pandemic came, lost. We was wearing masks. We done took masks off. Y'all got to get a win happening.
Okay, but let's look at the panel, right? I'm gonna ask you guys again. If you look at where we were in this stream last year, who did more from what was expected from that team out of the Eagles and the Cowboys?
From what was expected. Y'all didn't expect us to do nothing.
Expectations are set, and you need to.
Y'all didn't expect us to do nothing. We did amazing. As
until you ran into Jimmy
y'all
G.
placed us last year. Entertainer. I wasn't third in the division when we got off our stream.
You weren't first for me. You were second or third. I don't remember, but you weren't first.
Yeah.
Mike, you know you ain't put us first.
I put you second.
I think I had you second. But I could be wrong.
You all had the Eagles last. You gave the most respect to the Eagles. No, you had Washington last. You were the only one.
I had the Eagles second, Mike. Because I was the only one giving Hurts props last year.
And now you try to take it away, so don't count.
No. I'm not trying to take his props away. I'm just going off with the last thing I saw. Last time I saw him on the field, a defensive coordinator was yelling, he can't read defenses. I ain't make that up. Don't get mad at me.
Okay, but let me ask you this before we move on real quick. I want to know, honestly, as a Dallas fan, it's been a long time, bro, right? That junk hurt a little bit?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Yeah, that's the problem with Dallas fans. Y'all just happy with winning the NFC.
The only way you guys can watch the Super Bowl.
Mike,
that's what y'all happy with.
Hello?
Look, man, I'm glad you got.
Hold on.
What y'all happy with? You want a quarterback sneak in third and 9.
Look, I don't worry about stuff that I can't control. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. But see, you as an Eagles fan, at one point, hadn't won nothing in like 70, 80 years.
I'm only 31.
No.
I'm only 31.
Still was a fan.
For 31 years. Actually, now it's about 25 years.
You know, because I know y'all like to start y'all franchise in 2020 or 2000. Y'all franchise didn't start in the year 2000.
Yeah.
That first 67 years matter.
Hold on. Let me just say this though. If you're going to go all the way back, right?
I know y'all got a championship. Don't nobody acknowledge that.
Oh, but here's the thing. If you want to go back to the very first 10 Super Bowls, what about the couple championships before that? Why is there a limit there at the end of the day?
But y'all don't bring that up.
Because
y'all wear that with pride.
I wasn't alive for that. Me as an Eagle fan, I lived a great life.
Yeah.
Great life.
That's you know what you sound like? You sound like one of these young kids that say Lil Baby better than Biggie and Tupac.
No.
No. Let me talk because they old. I wasn't around for that. I don't know what that is. You wouldn't be trying to hear that. This is exactly why I ain't trying to hear it. It's the same thing.
I'll give you that. You do got 5 dusty things that you can claim.
You know what I mean? Legendary stuff is legendary stuff. You can try and it didn't happen.
Correct.
Just because you can sit at the spades table with us now, because we all got Super Bowls. Don't come in here all loud. Sit down humbly till you get more than one.
And here's the thing, though, right? And at the end of the day, before we move on to this, because it's never going to end. Because we will be here for about 25 years arguing this. No pun intended. With that being said, listen, the NFL in general is a what have you done for me lately league, right? We're talking, and as we do this on YouTube, is what we see here and now. All I'm saying is I don't feel bad, but I should feel bad because you got to admit that you haven't been having anything to cheer for a long time.
I have, though. Because the NFC East takes a division seriously.
True.
And you saying, what have we done for you lately? And lately, we've been spanking y'all ass.
And
it is what it is.
Lately, you've been really good in the regular season.
Because as much as I dislike the Eagles, and as much as y'all talk trash on Twitter and in my comments, you know what y'all can't say? Well, the last time we beat you, I'm going to skip over that. Let's talk about when we won the Super Bowl. I know you don't want to talk about what happened recently because it's humbling. It's not fun to get beat by what we drop on y'all 50. That gotta hurt.
Yeah, your boy J Tuck
put me 50 on air too. That's why I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, we beat y'all 41-16 the year before, so we go back and forth.
The year before what? When we ain't had Dak. And remember, I told you.
But you was just talking about Andy Dalton beating Philly, right?
Yeah, right.
You just brought that up.
I told you when we get Dak back, you ain't gonna have nothing to say. I ain't heard from Ed since.
You got to take that L too with Andy Dalton. Don't forget about that. But no, I mean y'all beat us. Y'all beat us that last year.
You redeemed it.
Dak almost threw us back into the game too. You know that, right?
Almost doesn't count. I was there.
He was throwing us
In
back to the
person.
game through that pick six.
I was there.
He was
in
sweating.
person.
He was sweating
It
at
was a
halftime.
real fun walk through the parking lot.
Yeah,
People wouldn't even look me in the eye.
Yeah, Dak was throwing us back in that game though. But yeah, y'all got it last year.
It's
But
cool.
don't forget about the 41-16. Don't forget about the 41-16.
I won't say it's sweet though. I think we're probably gonna go about. I think we'll go 4-2 in the division.
Yeah, we about to sweep you. Thank you. Real quick, let's get to these super chats real quick. Amar said Dallas sweep in the NFC East, and we just had to pull this up right now. I should have been pulled this up before we talked all that trash. Shout out to Green, said Daniel Jones 10-year project.
It's a 4-year project, and this is it. Put up your
This is the last year? This is the final semester?
This is the final semester. But we didn't pick up the 5th-year option, so it's
that is pretty much letting them know what it is. You better blow.
Is the third said also remember that Jalen Hurts has never been in the same offense since college. Take that for what you want. And I'm gonna take that for the good side of what we can see. Darius Slay said Devontae Smith got 916. AJ can easily get 1K.
Bro,
I believe he
got
is.
1K since 2014.
I believe he's gonna be right around that number. I think he's gonna be between 900 and 1,000. I think he's gonna be right around that number.
And again, our third option, because the second option was on the field but non-applicable, had 650. So shout out to him for being a sixth round pick and getting it done. Drew says CD and Gallup top in the leagues in drops.
Drew corny. I'm gonna just keep it 100.
No, but wait, how many drops did CD Lamb have though? I know he caught some amazing passes too, but did he lead your team in drops, or was that Gallup or what?
No, Gallup didn't play enough to lead the team in drops. CD Lamb had
missed.
I think 5 or 6 drops. Debo Samuel had 9 drops, but everybody loved Debo.
I mean, you didn't love Debo in the playoffs.
I just looked it up. Most drops last year was actually Jamar Chase with 11.
Wow.
Debo had 10. Moore had 10. Kelsey had 10. Mooney had 9. Cup had 8. So no Cowboys.
Where's
CD Lamb had 8. So he was 8th.
Yeah, but some of the best receivers you just named, Cup,
won
the Triple Crown.
It's common sense, right? Because they're
getting volume.
They're going to get the most targets. Yeah.
The Eagles coming for Zach. I think he meant to say Dak.
Yeah, I don't
that
know
whole argument. It's Dak. We coming for Zach Martin then, actually. Grease and the Cowboys got no Super Bowl for decades. Dio said Eagles can hold their Super Bowl trophies in one hand.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Hold it up, Mike.
I'll give it to him. You know what I mean? Talk. But at the end of again, Spike said Dak will have major problems without Cooper. His stats blew up when Cooper joined the roster. You got a hurt wide receiver coming off injury, and CD Lamb that drops balls when it counts.
I've never seen a fan base start bigging up a player they used to hate on so much in my life.
Wait,
all I heard last year, Cooper don't show up on the road. Cooper did. As soon as Cooper put a Browns jersey on, y'all gonna miss Cooper.
No. I don't think
what is happening.
No, I will say this. I don't think you're necessarily going to miss him because I think CD's going to take that role, but I do think CD's going to see that coverage that he's not going to be bad. I still will mark him for about 1,000. He's still going to get around 1,000 yards.
Yeah, 1,100 last year.
No, they're gonna miss Cooper for sure. They're gonna miss Cooper.
But I would say this. I think that comment was more this.
Cooper don't show up on the road.
No, let me ask you this, though. Forget last year, CFT. What I'm going to say is when Dez Bryant left the Dallas Cowboys, that stretch without Dez Bryant, Dak Prescott started struggling until he got Amari Cooper. Now, listen, CD Lamb.
You could give him a B receiver. We was rolling out there with C's. Our best receiver was Cole Beasley.
Okay, I'll give you that. But what I'm saying,
give him somebody. Even, you know what? Even Tom Brady said, all right, y'all. All right, Patriots, and left. You got to give him. And he's Tom Brady. And he can make anything work. But at some point, you can't roll in there with Cole Beasley, Allen Hurns.
I'll give you that. And so listen, I would say CD Lamb. I think CD Lamb now is better than Amari Cooper, right? That's just what I would say. With that being said, but I'm saying though, Dak Prescott was struggling. He was. I wish you were on YouTube back in them days because I wanted to know what you thought about Dak Prescott before Amari got there because Amari did make life.
Dak Prescott fan. He's always had problems with other stuff that people won't acknowledge. Like, I can send you personal stuff. I'm not going to do it right now in this stream. I'll send it to you after this stream about, like, how bad our pass coverage, our pass block and win rate is, and how bad our defense was before last year, and all this extra stuff, and how in our playoff game versus the Rams, Dak get wild busy, but we give up 270 yards on the ground. And then you know what? The defense don't even get talked about. How you give up 270 yards rushing to the Rams and everybody say, yo, Dak should have been out there making tackles. Like, it's idiotic. But I don't got time to make that argument anymore. I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Because I've one thing I've learned since I started doing YouTube is it's pointless to argue with people that got their mind made up. It is what it is. Y'all don't like Dak, that's fine. But he does continue to win in this division every year. So you can just keep acting like he's not good every year, and he keeps stacking wins. And then when he get the wins, you're like, well, those don't count because it's versus us, but he's still trash. I'm fine with it.
I think Dak's a decent quarterback. I think he's good.
Man, yeah, I'll tell you one thing. He got 9 lives because they've been trying to put him out the league since 2016. And he's got
to win the big games, though. That's the thing.
He's still around, though.
That's what he got to do.
He's got to be the Jimmy G's.
Dak been getting hated on since Kirk Cousins was wearing a Washington hat. And he keep winning games.
I'm talking about playoffs,
not
just being Kirk Cousins, not being Heineke,
That's
not
where he
being
is for me
Daniel
right
Jones.
now.
You got to beat the
He's
Rodgers of the world.
Right
you got to beat the Derek Carrs of the world.
You
got to beat the Russell Wilsons. He's got to beat those
Derek
guys.
Carr. They're 1-1. Don't act like he ain't never beat Derek Carr before.
No,
Derek Carr, but Derek Carr's not even a top-tier quarterback. He's got to beat the Tom Brady's of the world. He's not beating those guys. He keeps beating the Heineke.
Tom Brady.
He's beating the Jalen Hurts. He needs to beat
Nick
better
Foles.
guys.
Nick Foles beat Tom Brady.
Dak's
What's up, though?
Dak's got to win some big games.
That's the stuff for Dak. Dak can keep beating Heineke and whatnot, but he's got to be better quarterbacks. He's got to beat Jimmy G. He's got to beat those guys.
Bro, if Dak Prescott was a free agent right now, you would sign him in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I
would. Flip your tone around. You'd be like, yo.
I would, but I would still be the same. I would take him. I would take, but I would still want a better standard.
Probably be your best quarterback in history.
Yeah, he
so
would.
you know,
but I would still want a higher standard for myself rather than just beating up on NFC East teams. And then I play Russell Wilson and I fold.
That's I've been getting beat up cop out.
I play Tom Brady and I fold.
I've been getting beat up cop out. It's cool.
No, but you should want better for yourself too, though. Are you cool with just getting to the second round and losing to Jimmy G?
Somebody can finally beat the dude that you're trying to downplay. If he's bad, get somebody that can beat him.
I didn't say he was bad.
All right, let's rank him. Let's rank him. Give him a ranking out of 32 quarterbacks. Where we ranking Dak?
Dak? I did my rankings the other day. I had him at 12th.
Right outside the top 10. All right.
Let me pull up
the top 10 is good though. Like I had Lamar Jackson at 10. I
can't put Lamar Jackson above Dak. There's no reason.
I'll tell you my list right now. People aren't number 1 and 2 or 1A and 1, 2. It's Mahomes and Allen. I had Rodgers, Brady, Herbert, Burrow, Watson, Stafford, Wilson, and Jackson. I got Dak at 12. I think that's pretty fair. I had Kyler Murray at 11. Derek Carr, Cousins, Murray, Prescott, interchangeable.
Getting grandfathered in, I can't do it.
I think he's between 12 and 8. Dak.
Grandfathered in? Who's getting grandfathered in? Brady?
Huh?
Rodgers?
No, not grandfathered in. Like just forced in, just out of sheer hope. Like I don't know why Justin Herbert's above Dak.
Oh,
you got to get to the playoffs. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're talented. Congratulations, you talented. Get it done.
Wait. You can honestly tell me you wouldn't trade Dak Prescott?
It don't matter. I'm talking about facts over feelings. See, y'all flip-flop the arguments. In one moment, it's about stats, but in one moment, it's about wins. We talking about wins when it comes to Dak, right? Beat somebody. Ain't that what Ed just said?
Well, Justin Herbert on those Dallas teams with Dak
I need to see Herbert beat somebody. I'm glad he could throw it 400 miles and throw it through a keyhole, but win a game.
We'll find out this year.
My quarterback never got that pass. He's a 4th rounder that was expected to be John Elway first down because he had a star on his helmet. He ain't never get that pass.
Well, no. He was going to be a backup until Romo got hurt.
That's my point. He ain't never get a pass, though. As soon as he started starting for Dallas, he got called trash from get. He ain't never get no props. Dak you ain't never heard nobody say, Dak really done well for being a 4th rounder. Dak like that.
Oh, I hear that all the time when I'm
Who? Me?
Nah, listen. I mean, a lot of people give him credit for what he's able to do.
I want to hang out with them. Who?
I've heard it a lot because he always got credited for the wins, right? He always got credited for the wins, and early on it was Zeke carries them with the run game, but Dak does make the.
Put like this. Be honest with yourself. How did Burrow get to that Super Bowl?
The defense helped, and I tell you, the Bengals
defense did it. He didn't light up the playoffs, but you know who gonna get credit for it?
Well, Burrow played very well, though. But
Burrow
played very average in a couple of them games. I was watching like you were.
Did you see his line? His line was horrible.
But I agree. The defense
That's
didn't
my
get
point. But look, he gonna get credit like he just diced the playoffs all up. No, he didn't.
Listen,
the
listen, they were a 4-win team that went to the Super Bowl. You got to give credit to the
only quarterback I know. He top 5 in every statistical category. I'll send that to you too, Mike. And he's somehow 12th. How is that possible?
Top 5 in every.
No, not top 5 in stats. Top 5 in wins too since he's been in the league, and he's still 12th. What?
That's where I got him.
How does that make sense?
Ed, go ahead. And then I want to hear yours then too. CFT, I'll go then too.
Division. It's always
a division. That's what it is.
Yeah, everybody can do it, right? Where Daniel Jones wins because he in the division.
Daniel Jones.
Carson Wentz ain't still here dominating. He in the division.
I got Dak well above Daniel Jones. I'm being respectful.
That's my point. Other people ain't benefiting. The division's so easy. Y'all should be getting wins somewhere. Y'all don't just play Dallas. So even if you can't beat us, you should be getting wins somewhere.
Oh, Jalen Hurts just got into the division. Don't worry. He's getting acclimated.
Yeah, he getting punished like everybody else has been in the division by Dak.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I got Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes is above him, Stafford's above him, Russell Wilson, Burrow, Josh Allen.
Not above Dak to me.
That's 6.
Josh Allen's better. I got Lamar too. I got
Deshaun. Playoff game, since that's what y'all like to talk about.
That's 8 already. Keep going.
Yeah, Deshaun.
That's another person.
Russell Wilson. He's got to be.
Deshaun Watson.
Russell Wilson.
Please tell me.
You said Russell Wilson. You said Matt Stafford.
I said Matt Stafford. I got Derek Carr. Dak's like 10 for me.
Why?
Wait. Let me read my top 10 again to you, Ed, and you tell me who you would have Dak above. Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson.
That 3 you just
and Derek Carr.
That Joe Burrow.
So you have 12 like me then.
Yeah, I got Derek Carr above him too.
Joe Burrow.
You got Dak 12 like me.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson. You see what he's done with less talent with the Texans?
Let's run down.
He's won a playoff game.
Let's run down the less talent for Deshaun Watson. Let's run it down. J.J. Watt.
That's the defensive side. But look at the offensive side. They took all his weapons away.
DeAndre Hopkins.
He had Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was balling for y'all.
You just called Amari Cooper DeAndre Hopkins? Are you high?
I didn't say, but look at CD. He had CD, he had Amari, and y'all had Randall Cobb at one time. You had Michael Gallup.
Is a all-generational talent.
And look at the 2 running backs. Y'all had Pollard and Zeke.
Defense that year.
Who did?
Look at all the offensive talent y'all had.
Watson when he had J.J. Watt and them when they went to the playoffs.
They had no top 10 defense.
J.J. Watt and them won the top 10. Okay, Mike. I got a lot to send you. I got homework to do.
That was not no top 10 defense.
You wild stuff when I leave.
J.J. Watt was good. Listen, they still had what's his name?
J.J. Watt was just good.
No, J.J. Watt was the defense, but they didn't have
Jordan Davis could be half of what J.J. Watt was.
First of all, I said J.J. Watt was the defense. I didn't say he's just good. J.J. Watt was a defense, but their secondary, they still had Joseph in the back there. That dude was 35.
They had all kinds of people floating around in that Houston defense.
They were not
top 10.
They
had DeAndre Hopkins. And y'all acting like
one receiver. That's one receiver. Y'all had 3 good players. Y'all had 3 good receivers and 2 good running backs. And a good offensive line.
The time frames don't line up. When he had DeAndre Hopkins, we didn't have 3 good receivers.
Okay, who was his number 2? Y'all had Cobb. Y'all had Gallup.
Yeah. Use Cobb as an example. When he played with Dak, look how great his stats was. He went to Houston and died and then woke back up in Green Bay.
Look at Will Fuller. What has Will Fuller done?
Will Fuller ain't got a job right now.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because Watson
helped Will Fuller out.
Y'all
won a playoff game, and Deshaun had Pat Mahomes on the ropes too.
Y'all points on when y'all watch this back. If y'all do, y'all points on Deshaun Watson is he just looked nice when he throws.
And
y'all ain't got no good points on him.
Nobody said that. He had 33 touchdowns, 7 picks with no receivers.
Congratulations, Dak threw 37 last year.
He got 5. He got 5 when the Eagles didn't play nobody. He got 5 touchdowns in that Eagles game when we didn't play nobody. We ain't play nobody, and that 33 came in 16 games. Your 37 came in 17, and we gave you them 5 because we had Walmart workers out there because we were trying to get ready for the playoffs.
That's been sitting on your chest.
That was on my chest.
That 50 hurt, didn't it?
I mean,
it's in the record books, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay. We went to the playoffs after that. We went to the playoffs after that.
I know, and you got another 40 dropped on you. What they do?
Not as bad as losing to Jimmy G. I'd rather lose to Tom Brady. I'd rather lose to Tom Brady than Jimmy G any day of the week.
That's the Eagles thing to do. I'd rather lose. Say that sentence again out loud in the mirror. I'd rather lose because whoa.
The guy who's talking about it doesn't matter that you've been 25 years in the hole is talking about winning.
You got the illest sculpture maker on the East Coast.
Listen,
that was 5 years ago.
Listen, your boy CFO simply told me on here that the Dallas Cowboys care about being the coolest team, not the best team.
I love Jay Tuck, but I ain't Jay Tuck. You talking to wrong.
I know, but I'm just saying though. But look,
I'm a different person.
but when he represented that, he tagged you in it, and he was trying to get you to co-sign it. That a guy would rather be the coolest team than the best team.
Sounds like an attempt.
So the last time I did it, I had Dak at 10. That was before this season.
I will take.
I had that before the season.
I'll shut up.
That was before the season. Now, that was before the season. Now, I still think Dak is flirting with 10.
I can see an argument up to 10. I think
yeah, only because
10 from y'all is really 8 because y'all don't like Dallas.
He ain't 8.
He just 10 from y'all is really 8 because y'all don't like Dallas.
I just don't know about Carr. I'm not the biggest Carr guy. And Lamar Jackson, I think he's a dynamic player, but I'm starting to get worried because again, you know, I want Hurts to get to that level where he's not
because you want Hurts to be that and he's not.
You know what? Dak is back to 15.
Let's get it out. You think I'm gonna let you slight me and I'm gonna give you props?
No, listen. No, again, Lamar Jackson worries me in the sense of, you know, sometimes when defenses take away the run and he struggles. I just think that Dak can make a beautiful throw, but there is time where Dak gets inconsistent down the field.
Well, Dak's not a pure talent. Dak's whole career is built off of work.
And that's why I think
his way to this. He ain't supposed to be here. He's a 4th rounder.
True, but that's why I think Entertainer has guys like Burrows and Herbert because I just think in the long term they just
better talents.
Yeah, they got that. They
touch. Gotta do it on the field. I give it to Burrow. I can't say nothing. He actually did get it done. But Herbert don't get a G pass just because he looked great.
First year coach.
This year he will. This year he will.
He got 2 years in the bag.
So CMT. I
can't wait this year because it's gonna be. Well, you see his division. I don't want to hear nothing. When he finished third in division, because of division crazy, I don't want an excuse.
Yo, they spent. They got J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack. That defense about to be lit.
You know why you say Dak better than Herbert? Because when we argue quarterbacks, it's usually head to head, and Dak played Herbert before, and yeah.
Yeah, it was beginning of the season though. You know what I mean? And
you see the excuses that happen.
I just kidding. I just had to get you upset. Let me get to these super chats real quick. Sloppy Joe said, Pollard is better than Elliott anyways. Use him. How you feel about that? Is Pollard jumping Elliott now with the tread?
Now, just out explosiveness, yes. All around player though, I can't hate on Elliott, man. Elliott tore something in his knee last year. It's a clear time when he got hurt, he just wasn't the same. But I'm not gonna lie. Tony Pollard is at least looking him eye to eye right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Zeke's a better blocker.
Yeah.
I agree. Pollard shares me more.
Short yardage, though, Zeke has his moments, but he can't break no. Tony can break one for 70. But breaking one for 70 don't always mean that you're a better running back. Ask Miles Sanders.
Zeke like a fullback right now.
Whoa. Miles Sanders breakout years. You heard it. Breakout season. You heard it here first.
Last year. Don't speak his name no more on this stream.
It's all right, you know what I mean? It happens. He missed some games though, but dude, that's horrible. That's horrible.
He had 10 touchdowns last year. He's doing something right. That's not accidental.
Yeah, goal line touchdowns.
10 touchdowns is 10 touchdowns, Mike. That ain't easy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's double digits.
I'm not ever taking them in fantasy no more.
Who the Eagles had 10 touchdowns?
Hurts. Talk about it.
You know what? He is a better running back than Zeke. My fault.
And and then he's going to eventually try to get. So look,
facts. He is a better running back than Zeke.
But the sad thing is, he's a better running back than Zeke, right? But he's also going to prove that he's going to compete in his division at the quarterback position. So listen, you listen. It's only bad if all he can do is run. This man takes a step, and you're gonna be mad when he throws 25 touchdowns and then throws 10 rushing touchdowns.
My quarterback gonna be throw another 35 to 30.
But your quarterback,
congratulations.
You got like 33 maybe this year. Real quick, Philly Vanity said, let Giant and Washington talk. Cowboys are arguing. Nah, you're good. Carter Hart's C said, anybody from the last Cowboys Super Bowl still alive?
Me.
Troy Aikman, I can't stand the guy. Horrible.
Yeah.
The worst broadcaster in the NFL. He's still alive.
Didn't he move to ESPN now? Or Monday night?
Network. I know that. I don't remember which one.
CW Gearhead said,
Philly. He got the bag from ESPN.
Yeah, he's going to be Monday night now, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think it was ESPN. Yeah.
Philly really should be known as America's team.
The other dude, what's his name? He do the show. They both got the bag.
Yeah, Joe Buck.
Joe Buck, yeah.
I don't know who's doing the Fox games now. I think Sean Payton doing them.
Is it Romo? Did Romo transfer to Fox? Or
Nah,
no, he's
Romo
still
making like
yes.
Romo making like $20 million a year. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
He's staying. He said Philly should be America's team. Revolution first, Congressional Congress as United States Marines, all with Philly. What more American than that? And we got the bald eagle. Like, come on with it. You know what I mean?
Y'all
Stop
can have
playing.
it. That's the one thing. I don't really like that nickname, so y'all can have it.
I mean, but yeah, and that is why, like, I got to say this. I just think that when you look at all teams, I think the general, and I'm just speaking for what I honestly believe, like not just Washington Giants, because we hate all of us, blah, 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 blah. But I think if you just ask a Saints fan, or you ask a Bucks fan, or you ask a Packers fan or a Lions fan, like outside your division, who do you hate the most? And I think most of them will say Cowboys.
Yeah,
I whatever y'all deal with, I don't know what y'all got large channels. But I know what I deal with in my comments, and it just I could any given day it could just be a loose Chargers fan telling me my team is trash.
The Cowboys are not to compare them. The Yankees are a better overall franchise,
more accomplished.
But the Cowboys are the Yankees of the NFL in terms of they are the most hated by.
I don't think it's another franchise. I know people. If I wear a Dallas hat to the store, I'll get hated on by strangers. They'll just take their hat off. You ever heard somebody tell you take your hat off for no reason? And I don't even know the person. And I'll be like, yo, they be like, take that hat off. Y'all trash. And I'll be like, yo, we don't know each other for real. That's what I deal with in my life. So I wear this now because it's kind of like, is that a Cowboys hat? I don't know what's happening.
he gotta go on. He gotta make them double take real quick. He's like, I'm in and out of the store 2-3 items.
Because you want to yell at a stranger, but I don't want to get it. Like I get disrespected a lot. It's crazy.
Yeah, I do think of the consensus. Drew said talk about Dak 1-3 in the playoffs in 7 years. Dallas fans hype that Dak up too much, then mad at him. That they hype him up and then they get mad at him. The Cowboy fans. How you feel about the people? How do you think? Other than you, right? Cowboy Nation is still more pro Dak or against Dak.
Cowboy
What would you
Nation
say?
is mad at the front office, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The consensus is we're more mad at the front office than the players. It might be Cowboys fans that don't like Dak Prescott, but that's holdover though. It ain't got nothing to do with just last year. A lot of Cowboys fans split down the middle. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a lot of Cowboys fans that never. That's why I told you I've seen your movie before. You trying to convince people to like Hurts? It's gonna be people that never like Hurts. He can't win. He can't win. Look, Dak ain't never been able to win, bro. I look at Dak though. He throw for 37 touchdowns. People will still say he trash. Hurts can come out last year and throw for 40 touchdowns. The dudes that hate him now will hate him then. So just get used to it.
I don't care about the hate. If he's throwing 40 touchdowns, sign me up.
Yeah,
Green said Carson strong.
You defending him like I'm defending Dak, and it gets annoying. Yeah.
This next comment is going to make you more mad. Carson Strong is the best quarterback in the East. Let's get these out quick. And then we just want to go over quickly who he thinks is going to be the best. I like to choke. This is why Cowboy fans don't need social media. Hey, shout out to I like to choke. He always comes up in here, gives me a good little laugh real quick. Nick said Joe Burrow came off a major injury and accomplished more in his second year than Dak has done in 6 years off a major injury. How you feel about that?
Joe Burrow I like Joe Burrow. I like Justin Herbert. Turnabout is fair play. I just want the same standards. That's all. I want the same standards. He held the unrealistic standards. Like we had the playoff game that we lost that y'all bigging up Jimmy G for. You name me the quarterback that can win a game when you didn't commit one and you had to overcome 14 penalties.
Nobody's bigging up Jimmy G. That's the thing.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm being serious because Mike and them like to throw Jimmy Garoppolo out there a lot. No one's winning that game. I don't care if Aaron Rodgers put Pat Mahomes on his back.
So Dak had no turnovers?
Penalties? Huh?
Dak had no turnovers?
14 penalties, Mike.
He didn't throw any interceptions that game?
I don't know if I remember. I don't remember interception.
I don't know. Does anybody know?
But think about that. 14 penalties? That's a lot to overcome.
Maybe he's not communicating with the offensive line. He's like
You see, that's what I deal with. It's abnormal. Like during the game, they're like, he had 14 penalties in this game, and then the broadcasters like, yeah, Dallas led the league in penalties. Dak needs to overcome all of that.
All right, I'm looking at it right now. Dak in that game was 23 for 43 for a 53% completion percentage.
Yeah, that's
254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Yeah, okay.
With a 69 QB rating.
And still only lost by 1 possession. So some of the quarterbacks we're naming might have been able to overcome that.
So he didn't have a good game. But I mean, granted, the 49ers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers couldn't the next week. He gets bigged up a lot.
The Niners have a ridiculous defense, but he didn't have a great game.
I'm just saying, what Aaron Rodgers do the next week? Because he ain't had that long.
He sucked, right? He scored on the first drive, and after that, he went to bed.
Yeah. You got to start questioning Rodgers, though, now with continuously failing in the playoffs. I mean, I'm low-key looking at Rodgers a little different than what I was when he was because now you got more people, right? The reason Rodgers' name was good is because he threw the football pretty. But now you see multiple quarterbacks do that, right? Herbert, Burrow, Mahomes, Allen.
Like
so now you say, forget the pretty throws. Why you can't win in the playoffs, bro? You keep getting home. I mean, he's been set up the last couple of years to do something. He let Brady and Garoppolo beat him.
I was always a Rodgers defender because I do think Rodgers is maybe
Gifted.
the most talented quarterback I've ever seen. Like in his prime, like he's that good.
He's
but
still that talented too. It's not even
this.
But
this
the thing,
year, there's no defending him. Like the year before, I said, okay, he outplayed Brady. Everybody was blaming Rodgers for that loss. Brady threw 3 picks. Rodgers brought his team back,
Brady got carried.
Brady got carried in that game. Nobody wants to remember that
Super Bowl
because Brady's Brady. But last year, there's no defending Aaron Rodgers. And I know the weather conditions were horrible. Don't care.
No,
you
you're right.
Touched that on your first drive. After that, you went to bed and you allowed special teams to make you lose an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. So no defending Rodgers after last year. That was
Rodgers was bad, but he does get past the second round. I'll give him that. He doesn't get sent home after the second round.
Let's not forget that. He does have a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. But to your point, a lot of the points that the entertainer was making make sense. Put like this. Some of those games with these great quarterbacks that everybody get bigged up, there's a lot of times where they get carried and they get accolades.
Of course.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks get more blame than they should and more credit when they should.
It's just a cycle, you know what I mean? Shout out to Independent Outsider said NFC East the most fun conference in a no fun league. Stu Vision said, "Hey Mike, was Rome old enough to stay up past 10 p.m. the last time the Cowboys made a championship game? Just wondering, what age were you?"
Listen to the type of disrespect that you got to derive to try to get a joke over on me. That was a wild paragraph. So to
you still saw it though, right? You were.
I saw it. I'm 39, Mike. I saw it. I don't hide from my age. I don't gotta hide from my age.
I was a young thug. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought you told me you were 37.
Nah,
I'm just kidding. I'm just like let me just add some on there. So look do the math, take minus the 0. Nah.
All good. But he said, "Yo, what about was it 2 p.m. when it?" And shut up.
Washington coming in said Hurts can't hit water standing in the ocean. I mean, he's in it, so I mean, he don't got to hit it. Why would you hit it if you in it? Rome is right. Same standards for everyone. So he there you go. The affiliate said Dallas is cursed because when Romo was able to come back from that injury, y'all straight sat him down because of Dak was supposed to be the man.
We didn't set him down.
When Romo was able to come back, but Dak was playing good.
Romo did an interview and conceded. He said, "Yo, this is Dak team now," and he set himself down.
True that. Sloppy Joe said, "Here's a question: if you can have one player from every other's team in the division, who are you picking for the Birds? Parsons, Chase, Young, and Tony, in my opinion." Okay, let's do that real quick, and then we're gonna quickly say who we think got winning because this is longer than I thought.
That's a great
If you
question.
could take one player off each team, I'll go first. I'm taking Micah Parsons from the Cowboys. I'm taking. Dang.
Hey, you want to take the quarterback?
I'm taking Micah Parsons.
All right, cool.
I'm taking Micah Parsons. He's like, I'm not gonna take Dak Prescott. I'm taking Michael Parsons from the Giants. I will take. You just cut him, so I would have took James Bradbury, but you just cut him. I'll go.
Take Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah. I still think Thibodeau is gonna be one of the ones. I think he's getting questioned for things that are not gonna show in the NFL, like his motor. I'll take Thibodeau. Washington. A year ago I would have said Chase Young. I don't know if I really. Huh? Oh no, yeah, Terry McLaurin. Yeah, I said a year ago I would have said Chase Young, but now I'm not so much because I mean defensive end is still important. I'm putting Micah Parsons as the end, so I'll go Scary Terry. Right, dude, that's a dirty receiver core. Now, Scary Terry, Thibodeau, and Michael Parsons. It's just sad that the Giants got so little talent. I gotta take their first round pick.
Well, I'm taking that into account though, because I would want a young guy. So that's why.
True that.
Because if I was just picking for this year from your team, I'd probably take Kelsey. Because the Giants need help on the interior. Brandon Graham, but he's not the youngest either. Fletcher Cox, not the youngest either. Lane Johnson, how old is Lane now? He's not that young either, right?
No, he's in his but he's not the old. He's like early 30s, 30, 31.
I would probably I don't even love him, but because of his age, and I think he's good. I'm not trying to say I'm hating on the player. I'd probably take Devontae Smith from the Eagles because of his age. I would take Parsons from the Cowboys, and I would take Chase Young from Washington. That's what I would do.
Well, I'm surprised to hear that, Tanner, because all you do is talk about Chase Young on Twitter.
He's still got. I mean, he's young and he's got upside. I'm taking him.
Okay. Cowboys, probably Micah or Acidi. Yeah, I'll go with Micah.
Yes.
Eagles, I'll take Devontae. Giants, man, you guys just don't have anything at all.
You got Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas locks up Chase Young every chance he gets.
Nah, we got that clip. I got that clip where Chase put that swim move on Andrew. We got right past him. But Giants, dang, you guys don't have anything.
Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas, Kayvon.
They haven't played yet. They haven't played yet. Darius Toney.
How about McKinney? One of the best young safeties in the league. You could go there too.
He's a beast.
Yeah, I forgot about McKinney too.
McKinney's a beast.
I'm lost with the
That's fact. That's what I think I might roll with. McKinney's a beast.
No, Thomas. Right? Andrew Thomas is good, man. I'll probably end up with Andrew Thomas, man. If it was 4 years ago, I'd say Saquon. If he was healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Tyrod Taylor is better than Daniel Jones. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Andrew Thomas, man.
All right, CFT.
I'm going with the unforgotten, the person y'all don't talk about for the Eagles no more for some reason. I'm taking Darius Slay and putting him next to Diggs because I feel like that'd be crazy.
Pro Bowl year, just coming off a Pro Bowl.
I'm taking Evan Neal from you guys because
you guys need help at the tackle.
Yeah, I would take Evan Neal because with Ty Smith and stuff like that, or with Terrence Steele is decent, but he not Evan Neal. I would take probably we love our receivers, so I'd probably take McLaurin. I can't even lie. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna go with one of the DTs because our DT room ain't nothing like it Washington's. But no, I'd probably go with McLaurin. I would just let to see that.
Yeah, I would have taken McLaurin from Washington had I not taken Devontae Smith from the Eagles.
I was gonna go with McKinney.
Oh, so wait, so you took the better receiver entertainer, right?
I just like Chase Young because he's young. So I from the Eagles.
I probably go Andrew Thomas or
I'll take McKinney because we do. Yeah, I'll take McKinney actually.
McKinney's nice. I forget you enlighten me. You do. He is probably our best defender right now.
He missed half the year, right? He missed some of the
McKinney.
Yeah.
His first year he didn't play a full season. Last year he was a borderline Pro Bowler last year. He was really good for the.
As much as I like Malik Hooker,
I know he was a problem for us.
Right now.
Yeah, he had like 5 or 6 picks. I think he had a good year for the Giants.
No, I would take him. No question.
All right. So this moment is true. Before we get up out of here, we don't got to get too in depth. But this is the early predictions, right? The schedule didn't drop. And although, of course, Dallas gets the first place schedule, Eagles get the second place schedule, Washington gets the third place schedule, and the Giants get the last place schedule. I don't know how they're going to play out. I thought our schedule looked easier than the second place schedule, but
trash too. Like
that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's crazy. So, let's just, if I don't know how in depth you want to go over and look at it, or do you just want to, kind of pinpoint who do you think is going to where the chips are going to fall? Whoever wants to go first. Ed, I think Ed's been saving up for this moment.
Yeah,
give Washington some respect.
I'm gonna go with the jinx. I'm gonna jinx the Cowboys. I'm gonna say they're gonna win the division. I'm gonna jinx them. Second, actually, no. Realistically, I think the Eagles are gonna win the division, and nobody repeats. So I don't see the Cowboys repeating. It hasn't happened since 03-04. The Eagles.
That's crazy how no one. That's crazy how this division's like that.
It's crazy. Now, the Eagles. This is y'all dream team year with Vince Young. Y'all.
No. You making the point I've been making. Every time people big the Eagles up this much, It don't go right. So y'all
Why
keep
you even
doing it.
have to say the dream team, Ed?
That
Keep
same
going.
dream
And I
team.
love
It's
everybody.
giving me that same vibe right now. But y'all won the offseason. Out of all the teams in the NFCs, y'all won the offseason.
No.
Yeah, man. Give me the power.
So I got the Eagles winning. Hopefully I jinx y'all. I got the Eagles winning. The Giants are last. That's easy. So I'll say Eagles win the division. Giants are last. It's between us and Dallas for that middle spot. If Wentz plays with confidence and we help him out and he stays healthy, there's a lot of ifs with Wentz. That's the thing. That's why I'm not all in on Wentz. There's a lot of ifs with Wentz. You got to do this if he's confident, if he's this, if he's that. I got us right. I got Washington at least winning 8 games. The Cowboys will probably win at least 9 because y'all always win in the regular season. That's what y'all do. Y'all always gonna beat the bad teams. I'm gonna say right now I got us third because we need some more. If we can get Bradbury, then I'll probably push us up a little bit. If we can get Bradbury, we can steal him.
That's the real battle between y'all and the Eagles. Somebody who getting Bradbury. That's the battle.
Yeah, we'll push us up a little bit. But right now, because we need linebacker help, we need another corner. I got us winning 8. I got us like 8-9 right now, to be honest. I'm not that high on Wentz. I got the Cowboys at like 9-8. So I got them finishing second. Eagles at like 10-7. Giants at like 4-13. Yeah, 4-13.
I ain't got us that low.
Yeah. And not right away because we're just doing this now. But like, a couple months after we all marinated on our schedules and stuff, we looked at his stuff. We'll come and get more of a where we start from minute 1 on that subject. We wanted to talk about the draft because it just happened. But maybe like a month or 2 from Thursday, we go ahead and actually really diaggnose. We'll start right away so we can spend the first time.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That's a good idea.
But go ahead, entertainer. Give us that order.
Listen, man, last year I was dead wrong, so don't go by my predictions at all. I had the Eagles finishing last, and they didn't. I think, the Giants first or second, and that didn't happen. So I'm going to go off my honest prediction. I'm going to go into this year as a Giants fan, looking at it as year 1 as a rebuild, slow and steady. I love what they did. They asserted the lines, but at the same time, yeah, I think we're going to struggle. We're a young team. We're learning two schemes on either side of the ball. We got rid of a lot of our veteran players. So with that comes some struggles. I don't think we're going to win 4 games. The schedule is just too soft. I mean, our division plays the 2 weakest divisions outside of our own in football. So I mean, the Giants last year were at least a 6-win team if Jones doesn't go down, in my opinion. They should have beaten Washington. Even Ed would admit that week 2. If and if what's his name doesn't jump off sides, Dexter Lawrence on the.
There you go. A lot of ifs.
Ifs and ifs and ifs. But no, I think the Giants will win 6 or 7 games. But I've got us at 4th. I've got Washington in 3rd with I think I agree with his exact records actually outside of the Giants. I have the Giants at like 7-10. I have Washington at 8-9. I have the Cowboys at 9-8, and I have the Eagles at 10-7. I got the Eagles winning the division as well. And I freaking hate saying that, but it's my honest prediction.
You might getting too happy, man. I'm telling you.
No. Listen, y'all all told me, and y'all all I knew it was bad because when you start by saying, I don't mean no disrespect, but you know what I mean? So it was a rough stream last year. I'm just trying to say, I mean, I like it. I like it. Now, listen, remember, this is Jalen Hurts, right? So
now what I will say, by the way, nothing will shock me because if the Eagles made the playoffs last year, the Giants could. The Giants play a 4th place schedule with the new head coach.
I do like your head coach. I really do like your head coach.
I'm not predicting it, but
I like their defensive coordinator too.
With our schedule, we could. I'm going to be conservative. I'm not going to predict it.
Y'all got Wink Martindale. I like y'all defensive coordinator too.
The thing I worry about with Wink though is he's so blitz heavy, and our corners are suspect now, especially after we lost Bradbury. So I worry about that with Wink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's only because of the cap money. Like y'all didn't want to get rid of. I think when you first got Bradbury, that year 1 was better. I think he played a little bit not as good as year 1 and year 2. But you had a lot of stuff going on there too. But I think Bradbury's still legit.
He's still at least an average corner.
Yeah, and if you're forcing him to be CB2, which we would do, I think that benefits even more. But I like it. So we got 2 people gone. We got 2 Eagles first. You know what I mean? I like it. I just wanted to reiterate that. Go ahead, CFT.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm not trying to do a reverse jinx thing. I'm not giving y'all no props. I'm not doing it. We win in the division. I'm just letting you know right now. I think we won't. I think we'll go 11-6 unless things just break perfectly our way and we win 12 games again. But I can see between 10 and 11 wins. Obviously, I'm going to lean 11 because I'm a Kool-Aid drinker. That's what I do. As far as for the Eagles, I can see y'all winning probably another 9 games. Like I said last year, 10 if everything breaks right. I actually see, not to be funny, I've always been a Carson Wentz detractor, and I always will be. So I got the Giants finishing third. I got them getting 6 to 7 wins.
That's what I got.
I got Washington probably being in the same realm. I don't think they're going to just be terrible, like super horrible, but I feel like Howe will finish the year, and I think the year's focus for Washington will shift from worrying about trying to make the playoffs to seeing what you have in Sam Howell, which is a different style of football than trying to win and try to make it to the playoffs. But I do think that Wentz is just going to show that, because any sign of pressure, he going to fold. It ain't about his talent. And once he folds, Howell will get rolled in there like week 8, and Washington's focus will shift to, let's see if we got something in Howell. As far as the Giants, I just feel like you guys have a more focused coaching staff. I feel like Dable, Schoen has – I just feel like y'all entire infrastructure is better than it was last year. You know what I'm saying? So, because Joe Judge, I never really was a big fan of him too much, outside of him just giving like rah-rah speeches. So I feel like the proof will be in the pudding. I feel like we'll see what Daboll can do with Daniel Jones. I'm not saying he's going to go out and throw for 30-something touchdowns, but he also has always had the fundamental parts of what a good quarterback should be. He's not just like – he's not working with no scraps. I feel like Daniel Jones just hasn't been coached properly, and we've benefited from it.
On how to hold on to the ball.
Because y'all, I mean, I give you that, but I said it. I first guessed it. I said, "Oh, y'all got Jason Garrett. Oh, good luck with that." So now that they don't have to deal with that no more, we all need to just at least be like, all right, they might have a decent coaching staff, because Daniel Jones will show weird. Sometimes he flashes like, I didn't know he was that athletic. I didn't know he could do that.
I mean, he does show it. He runs on it. That's the one thing the dude always somehow gets a rushing touchdown against the Eagles. He does. He gets that read option and he goes. He got a couple inside of 20. When he went the long distant one, that's when he fell. But they end up scoring on that drive anyways. But that's never gonna. He's never gonna live that down. That is just the wildest thing.
I think my only hype. The reason why I'm excited about, I feel like I got faith in Dallas. We never do well when we get bigged up, like by the national media. When we get a whole lot of Dallas is going to be this from the national media, oh, that's the year we're going to flop. Last year, when going into the season, it was like they about to get lambasted by the Bucks. Dallas's defense is the worst in history. It's going to continue to be the worst. I'm talking about going into the season.
A lot of people, I felt I thought I maybe a little bit better, but I thought the Dallas defense was going to be bad.
That helped put a little bit of a chip on that defense, and that's where you got that from. Now it's the coin is flipped. People will be like, Dallas's defense is good, but their offense is trash. And usually we so used to getting accolades like Dallas's offense will be good, but what's the defense going to do? For the first time in a long time, the whole offense is being written off, which gives me more confidence that they're going to play better than they did last year, because football is more of a game of will. I'm not trying to sound cheesy, but when you get disrespected, people play better. I.e., but the roles is flipped, because I'm watching the Eagles. Like I said, when you disrespect the Eagles and downplay them, they always show you different. Like last year, but see, this ain't last year, Mike. Everyone is giving y'all flowers, and I love it. Y'all about to go into the season with really, really big heads. Pause, and that's great. I can't wait. I can't, because it's gonna build. If y'all get Bradbury, y'all gonna come on. Y'all gonna start showing out. And I can't wait.
That seals the deal for the NFC East. Bradbury signing seals the NFC
Dream
East
team
in Philly. No, it just listen.
Ed, you mind if I tweet that? Because I got to run it back.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Listen, 3 days ago, I said Bradbury to the Eagles, we win the East. That's what I said. That's 3 days ago. Go ahead and retweet it.
He's right. Ed, you on point tonight.
No, first of all, Slay just came off a Pro Bowl. That's not Nandi Asuma.
But no, Bradbury's
awesome.
I hope Bradbury doesn't go to the Eagles.
Not at CB2. He'll be just fine. And let's not act like Avante. Huh?
You said Carson Strong.
He said Vince Young. He said call it Vince Young. So look, we're not going to stop the ball rolling there. I got the Eagles winning the division, right? I am worried about CB2 spot, but there's a long time for it. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think right now we're living in the moment. I'm going to stay in the moment. But right now, y'all living in the moment. Come June, July, August, y'all going to be disrespecting the Eagles like y'all.
I ain't never left.
I think not the way you did last year, because I think you give the coach and staff and even Jalen Hurts, you gave him some credit to finding a way to win. But I think as things come out, as we start getting closer, we'll all have a little different feeling. But I'm taking the Eagles first.
How many wins,
double digits. I'm gonna stay with just double digits.
Say something wild. Say 13 wins.
No, double digits. I'm liking 11 or 10, but I'm gonna say double. The Cowboys take a step back. I think their defense still plays good. I think their offense. I think this is going to be a year where listen, I think Dak goes. I'm not saying he's bad, but Dak goes backwards. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna make a point about the Cowboys defense I should have made. I'm not trying to disrespect the Cowboys defense, but I think what they did last year, they're not gonna be able to do again. They're not. They had like a
Diggs. That ain't happening again. That ain't happening again.
Turnover differential or something like that. It's not happening again.
You can't bank on turnovers.
But that's what they had to do last year.
No. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So I don't think they're doing that again. I'll say that about the Cowboys defense.
I think they'll still be better because remember, as CFT said, they were the worst in franchise history. So they got really good with the turnover differential, but I think they'll find a happy medium that still will be better. I just think that because of the pressure put on Dak, right? This year right here was his first year being paid that, like legit money. And he did good. Like he had his 37 touchdowns, it is what it is. But then again, things are right in the playoff. And I think now that the defense is getting the bulk of the success, I think Dak's going to try. And I think there's going to be hiccups. He's not going to be a bad quarterback, but he's just going to make the people who criticize him are going to get even heavier doing it. And, the pressure's going to be a little, you're wearing a shirt. You're wearing a shirt. Pressure's going to be up there.
Mike, listen.
And I'm trying to say my voice for the Sixers.
You get excited about Hurts doing? Dak invented that work.
What work?
All right.
No. I mean, look.
Dak work hard. It's all good.
I still got the Cowboys in second, and then I'm gonna go Washington in third. I gotta put the Giants, but I don't want to say it so cocky. I don't want to say it so cocky because I don't want the Giants to do what the Eagles just did. Well, actually, I just don't want the Giants to realize that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you guys think Jones stinks, you should hope as fans that we kind of finish in the middle. You should be hoping we win 8 or 9 games because you
said that early in the stream.
You don't want the Giants getting a quarterback if you think Jones stinks. So that if I was a fan of your teams, I'd be rooting for about 8 wins for the Giants this year.
I think
you have 2 first-round picks next year.
I feel like Mike should be more humble.
But if we win 4 games, we're taking a quarterback.
Yeah.
Didn't the Giants beat y'all
once?
Yeah, I was at that game. Hurts was great.
But if they can beat y'all at their lowest, you think they ain't getting a win this year?
I think
the
split with the Eagles. I think we'll split with the Eagles.
The division is there's always that one team that's Basuda that gets a dub on us. Like it's just how we do. Like we've seen it. I'm talking years where the Eagles were trash and we knock one of you guys out and vice versa all around. It's just always happens.
That's why I can't call a sweep again. That would be just ignorance. I just can't see it. I would love it. I don't know who though, but I don't think we sweep it again.
Yeah, look, when I do the schedule thing, right, I always try to say I split the division, right, because that gives me leverage. If we do sweep somebody, well, then that's a steal win. Maybe one, but I always start with a split, and then I go through the thing, and I try to pick maybe here, maybe there. We'll see. But Independent said Dex wasn't offsides. Come on, Entertainer.
It was debatable. When you looked at the replay, yeah, you could certainly argue that he wasn't offsides. He was called offsides. So regardless, but yeah, we should have won that game. But I could point to 10 games in the last 4 years we should have won that we didn't. So it is what it is.
Darius Slayton dropped a wide open pass. I mean, you guys are terrible.
We should have beaten you guys by 14 points in that game. We gave up a touchdown on 2 plays, 75 yards after we scored a touchdown against you in that game too. It was disgusting.
You let Heineke walk you guys down the field.
It was embarrassing. It was repulsive.
It was, yeah.
Shout out to Nick. He said perfectly named hat, Dallas as soft as salad. Salah. He just read it backwards.
He worked on that one. Props for effort.
But look, hey, I appreciate everybody coming on. Like I said, a month or two in that real dry area when you guys slowly forget. Oh, the Eagles did do this in the draft and that. When y'all start to see things, y'all start to come back and try to discount.
Y'all gonna be yelling from the mountaintops how y'all winning the division
Got to get Bradbury first for me to be full. I'm confident. I'm like right
You
here.
already
That
there.
that puts me up.
It's between
Bradbury.
us, man. Ron Rivera, he said he wanted to play for the Washington football team
Yeah,
at the time.
I do think
when he was a free agent.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard because of the ties he has with Ron Rivera. I'm hoping he don't. If we start hearing rumors that Washington's out, then I'll feel more
It's
confident
all
in it.
about the money. It's Washington because he won his money. So if y'all pay, whoever pay him.
What is your cap like?
For Washington?
Yeah.
We're waiting for June 1st, really. We might wait, but I don't know if Bradbury's going to wait that long because we cut Landon Collins.
The Giants may wait till June 1st to officially cut him.
Yeah. So it might be a June 1st thing, but I don't know because I know the Chiefs have interest. I want to say the Ravens.
The Raiders have interest. Patrick Graham
Raiders.
Coordinator last year with the Raiders.
You know what? The Raiders been spending, so they might pony up money that they really shouldn't spend because that division's like that. It's an arms race.
Yeah.
So the Raiders might.
Are you mad that
I can see the Raiders getting them?
Yeah.
And that's cool. Take a look. Get him out the East.
I would love it.
Bro. I'm telling you, this man will fit like a glove. He was your CB1 last year, right?
Yeah, I personally think Adoree was a little bit better, but yeah, technically he was our CB1. He's good. He's solid.
He's not bad. I mean,
really
remember
good.
what happened when Lamb played Bradbury last year?
Bradbury was horrible the first 4 or 5 weeks last year, and then he got a lot better.
Yeah, but again, and I don't know where Washington stands, but in Philly he'll be CB2, and we won't have to make him go in a slot or nothing like that. I know he really doesn't do that anyways, but Avonte Max is good there. But yo, Ed, how do you feel about Landon Collins leaving? Did you want to get him back at all? Or?
They might bring him back. See, that's the thing about Carson is we had to pay him, and then we had to cut guys. We cut like 4 or 5 veterans just to bring him in, just to make it work. So that's
what was it, 27 still, right? 26? Is he
28? Yeah, we cut Matt Ioannidis. We let him go. We let go Eric Flowers. We let go good players.
I wanted him too. He went to Jacksonville, didn't he?
Who Ioannidis or
Eric Flowers again, please? I can't stand that name.
Yeah, he was good for us. He was good for us as a guard.
He's decent later though.
No, when they moved him to the guard, that's what the Giants should have done. When he moved to the guard,
I wanted him until we drafted dude. I was like, I mean, why can't we call Flowers? Because we ain't had nobody.
Yeah, because he played decent last year for you guys in the box. Like when you put him more as like a linebacker / hybrid.
Don't call him that though. Don't call him a linebacker.
Yeah.
Landon Collins, he gets mad if you call him a linebacker.
Yeah.
So it's like who cares? But no, that would be a good pickup if any of you guys want him for cheap. That's not a bad pickup if you play him as a box safety.
Yeah, I think at this point we were looking for the free roamer, but there's just no one out there that is really. Jaquiski Tart is a guy I thought about, but he stayed hurt too and all that. But like Landon Collins for the right money, but I'm still more concerned with CB2 because right now
that's what I was gonna say. You worry about safety or CB2 more.
I think we can get away. I think the bodies at safety are more ready to play than like right now. Our CB2 is a random guy who's either undrafted or drafted late. Like there's no veteran. I mean, it's a 6th-round pick. It's an undrafted free agent, and a 4th-round pick. That is who's fighting right now. Not saying that they won't step up and do it, but I think you got to bring a guy in here.
What about like a veteran like Rhodes or Hayden?
Yeah, I think you even if Bradbury goes off the table to the Raiders or Washington, I think you have to get somebody, whether it's AJ Boye, Xavier Rhodes. No, I don't think he is that bad. And again, I think these are guys who at one time was playing the number 1 wide receiver. If they come into a scheme where they never got to go in the slot and deal with the shifty guys, and they only got to see CB2, wide receiver 2. And again, if you get in Xavier Rhodes or AJ Bouye and somehow Mario Goodrich or Tay Gowan, if they beat him out, well, that's even giving me more confidence that the young boy beat out a veteran. We slowly but surely got out of that. We played a little bit more man at the end. Don't worry. He was getting head coaching candidates. He was a head coaching candidate.
Hey,
right?
man, I get all my information from you. So I'm regurgitating what I've heard you yell about.
Yeah, but I think you'd be turning off the video before I get to the good stuff. That's why I say the good stuff for the end, because I know the people. I know if you're an Eagle fan, you watch the whole video. But when the Washington and Giants and Cowboys guys come in here to get some information, I give all the fake news in the beginning, and then once you hit that 5-minute mark, I start saying,
I'm gonna start skipping to the
end. But now, I appreciate you, and like I said, if this division don't break anybody's heart, I think Entertainer will be. He's more calm because he knows.
If we
really can only go up.
I'm not gonna be upset. I'm going in, just get better over the course of the season.
Why can't we get 2 out the division like last year? It happened once.
What did you say?
We got 2 out the division last year. Why can't we get another 2 teams out the division?
I think,
mean, if
I
you're-
got 2 teams.
I'll extend the olive
I
branch
think we
before we get
will.
off.
I think we will get 2 out of the division.
Because seven teams make the playoffs now, so I think we're gonna get 2.
So that's my olive branch. We'll get 2 out the division because the NFC ain't exactly world beaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NFC took a big hit. But listen,
I'm going to throw out a hot take. I wouldn't be shocked if we got 3. The NFC South.
I would love it because they hate on our division so much.
That's
the
true.
NFC South is weak after the Bucks. The NFC North, the Vikings and Packers are pretty good, but after that,
it's weak.
Yeah, you look at our receiving core. You got Dotson, you got McLaurin, you got Samuel. If they get healthy, Gibson, Brian Robinson.
Hey, look, a little division pride, I would love it because national media would explode because they don't know how to not hate on our division. So if 3 came out the division, they'd be so mad.
I'm predicted 2, but it could happen.
I'll take 2. Look, at least that's 50% of this panel. Somebody gonna be happy. Somebody gonna be sad.
2 people gonna be happy, 2 people gonna be mad. But once again, and when we do this, if we can get it consistently, not when the season starts consistently, I think we could do one more after a month of this when the season schedule is dropped. But if we can do it consistently, we can go on everybody's channel. You know what I mean? You know, we can either go live on everybody's channel or we can rotate every, blah, blah, blah on every channel once a week. That will still give us or every 2 weeks or whatever. That will still give us, in 17 week, we all rotate 3 or 2 or 1, you know what I mean? Something along them lines. So
we'll figure it out. But this year,
I remember though, listen, even because the Eagles sucked in the beginning too, right? Like I was low key feeling it. I mean, I was happy with Atlanta. I think after the Eagles beat Atlanta, right? Because I think we haven't done one in a while. I think we did one like in the middle of the off season, and we were gone for a little bit. So I thought I was ready to get one after week 1 when we won.
Yeah,
and I think the editor was just like, I'm not talking football. Or something.
After I saw the Giants start 0-3, I was like, no.
Yeah, it was Nick's tape. It was Nick's tape.
I still did Giants stuff, but I'm like, I'm not going on Eagles channel with the way this team's playing right now. Not with the preseason expectations we had. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
Then we lost like 3. He was the only one in the group chat because then once we lost 3 in a row, I was like, all right.
Once we got on that 4-game win streak, we got hyped. We was like,
look. I was so hyped when we beat the Patriots, and I ain't realized Dak had pulled his calf. I was feeling myself. You couldn't tell me nothing. Then they're like, yeah, Dak in a walking boot. I was like, hold on, what's going on with my seats? like everything got real weird after that. It was real topsy-turvy after that. But when he had that walk-off touchdown, man, that night, you couldn't tell me nothing. I woke up to walking boot stories. I was like, I hate my life. I hated everything.
That'd be the worst. But yeah, with that being said, that's 2 hours and 22 minutes. I got to get up at 4 a.m. and then I got the Sixers tomorrow night because, at least my basketball team is keeping it popping. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody else, the Knicks, Washington.
Who won MVP?
I'm a Rockets fan. So
Who won MVP?
MVP tonight? I don't even know. Did they announce
it?
I'm trolling Mike.
It was Jokic. It's Jokic.
I'm trolling Mike Taylor.
Not Mavericks. I'm a Rockets fan.
Yeah, Rockets.
Oh, dang, y'all down bad.
Hey man, I like Jalen Green. We ain't winning no games. We get the highlights though.
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Yeah, he's young. He's good.
Yeah, well, when we get Bradley Beal,
he went back to back Jokic, right?
Yeah,
he did.
Wow.
Listen, listen, I do not want to discount what he's doing. It's great, but I think when you look at, I just think that when you heard the players talk, Butler, I know he's fans with him, but Butler, KD. I think Booker has said it. Like they all said Joel Embiid is who they believe is the MVP. But it's the analytics. It's if you the
writers,
PER and the VORP.
The writers don't love you.
Yeah, but it's like who cares about what PER is cool, but it favors rebounds way too much over blocks and steals. PER is only going to favor big men, which Embiid is, but he takes more shots away from the basket. Anyways, VORP, Twister. What the hell kind of stats are these? Go ahead and give him the Jokic. The MB was the first center since Shaq to win the scoring title. That means something.
What about Antetokounmpo?
Oh no, I would have picked him.
Be in the conversation too.
Yeah, he is. I think all three of them.
That's the NBA, man. When they get tired of you, they just start trying to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Even if you're still good, because he clearly still good. Giannis, and they just like, I mean, let's give it to somebody else.
literally my voting would be, again, I ain't no, it is what it is. I got the Sixer bias, no doubt about, but I still think I go Embiid, Giannis, and then Jokic. I think Giannis did everything too. But again, 30 point, he led the league in 30 and 10 games and led the league in 40 and 10 games. I mean, it is what it is. I'll give Jokic credit though what he did without Michael Porter Jr. But Denver's never. We about to get to the end. We about to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Tell you one thing.
Y'all heard it here first.
I don't miss James, man. That little nervousness you got in your chest
James
about
Harden?
he gonna show up tomorrow. I don't got to deal with that tomorrow. I mean, no more. I used to have to deal with James.
The same thing with Dak.
I give you that. I'm gonna let you rock. I ain't gonna start a new argument. I'm gonna just let you rock.
We gotta end with that.
I ain't gonna start. I'm gonna let Dan win because he said dream team, and I'm rolling with it.
No. That was the
That's
exact.
perfect. I'm a dream team. I'm tweeting you when we get off here.
Nope. Listen, I appreciate all you guys. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. Hit that like button if you ain't hit it, and definitely go subscribe to these guys because when the Eagles are doing their stuff, go to their channels and let them know. We gotta harass them all season. Go to their channels and let them know. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. Before they try to say something bad about my team or the Sixers, we out.